Are we live?
Yeah. You got to click there. Yeah. Yep.
Welcome to Chew the Fat.
Yeah.
I'm chewing my lip.
You chewing his lip. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's Chew the Fat. It's your boy Supes and your boy Daps, and we are here. Like, we're literally watching live.
Who's taking it?
Dortmund versus Man City. Man City have just got a penalty.
Who's taking
potential penalty review, actually. Emre Can's done a handball.
It's a penalty.
Okay, so they're giving the penalty.
Who's taking it? Who's taking it?
Who's taking the pen? Mahrez. Okay.
I'm not going to score it.
Nah, you
Liverpool all over again. It's going through his head as well.
Nah, Riyad Mahrez. Nah,
that's it. The City Twitter's going to... I don't want him... If he misses, this is going to be bad. Very bad.
Riyad Mahrez. Oh, no, you don't... Listen, you don't miss those.
We move. Hold on. So that's 2-1 on aggregate, and we've got an away goal. So they need 2 to go through. Mm-hmm. 1 would be... So...
At the moment, City are through.
Nah, extra time. No, at the moment we're through, but if they score, extra time. Okay, get the fuck in.
Are you happy now?
I knew Mahrez was going to score it all along. Welcome to Chew the Fat. Should we run the intro?
Yeah, let's run the intro.
Oh! Welcome to Chew the Fat, people. It is Wednesday, the day that Manchester City are playing in the Champions League. Second leg, you've just seen, it is now 1-1. I'm on edge, and I will be for this whole episode. Supes, you're going to have to take control, mate. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's Chew the Fat, where we peel back the layers. We have guests on. We find out a bit more about what people are saying, what's behind them, like what's driven their story, how they've got to where they are right now. And we've got a good guest on today, haven't we?
You know, it's been one I've been looking forward to.
Same.
When we arranged it, I got the dates wrong, and I thought it was going to be here last week, when on the Wednesday, it wasn't Man City playing. And I was thinking, that's going to be relaxed. I can banter. Chelsea maybe going out.
You can chill out.
But yeah, it's a guest we've been waiting for.
Fellow Man United fan, so big him up a billion times.
That wasn't the reason I was looking forward to it at all.
No, I was a billion times.
But the reason why I was looking forward to it ultimately is the energy. He's good people.
Yep.
He's on the same path that we are on. Let's get him in. It's Semps from Views TV.
What's happening?
What is good?
What's happening? Wait a minute.
Good. Yeah.
We can spud. We can spud.
Come
on.
We'll spud it out.
Right. Welcome to the cave.
Yeah, man. Big up. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and it was always planned that you were going to be one of the first in the cave. It felt right. And you know what? The maddest thing is, from Views, it was Patrick that I first connected with.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and it's the same energy with Patrick, mad good energy. And actually, the first time we had any interaction was when I was on the Patrick show and I said something and you put a comment in saying something like, this guy thinks we don't know about football or something like that. I see you, bruv. I see what you're doing there. Okay. But yeah.
What, beef team? Oh, okay. Oh, what?
That's why he's got here. You don't want to surround me, innit? That's why you don't
wrestling in the garden. Yeah, is that what it is? Wrestling in the garden.
I've already done my research on Semps, yeah, and Semps is very similar to me with them little shots, right?
Slide digs.
We're gonna pull them up later. Yeah, because I've. But the problem is, I've found you sending shots, so then I started hollering a couple of people saying, "Send me some footage of some shots being sent in Semps' way and getting him." Not many people had you taking shots, mainly you sending shots, bro. Like, because
I'm the host of the show, innit? So I control.
But real talk, people that were getting shots, I'm like, surely you've got something. You know what? He's slippery, you know. He's slippery. He gets away. And I'm like, okay.
Oh
But welcome. So for people that don't know, introduce yourself and your channel.
All right. So yeah, I'm Leon Semper. Go by the name of Semps. The reason is because growing up, everyone just uses my surname to sort of holler me.
Yeah.
Semper, or Semps. Even to management that I've worked with in companies will call me
For real?
Semps.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was like, you know what, Semps. So anybody who I class as being peoples, just call me Semps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I just want to when people call me Leon, it's a little bit weird. Like,
It means you're in trouble, innit?
yeah, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then certain people call me Leon. I'm just like, sometimes it takes me a little while to register. But yeah, I'm Semps, and I'm from Views TV Official, which is a football podcast like yours, not as big as yours, but and you lot come after. We're gonna get into it because we're gonna big up you, man, as well. Yeah, but football podcast, and yeah, man, we just chat football every week, and you know, you'll see certain types of content on there that I started doing where I was interviewing different footballers.
I see that. Gomez, right?
Gomez, that was the biggest one that I did, Joe Gomez, and I had a lot of other great guests as well, where, you know, just trying to understand their journey in football, which is what I wanted to do, was to try and help the next generation in terms of them avoiding certain mistakes and trying to give them the belief to keep going. Because, as you know, football, you go to that trial, you get let down, and then you can just drop out of football. But you need to understand that you need to keep persevering and keep going. So,
you know what? That's
true. It's true.
You'll know Ash Farmer. Hot Ash.
English school.
Yeah, so one of my boys I work with.
Yeah.
Now he played for England schoolboys. He was who was he managed by? His agent was, I think it was Jamie Redknapp. Yeah, he played for Aston Villa and Watford. I think it was Jamie Redknapp, but ultimately, I think when he got his contract, a year contract at Villa for under 18s, and then he got big injury, came back, scored, and while he was fit, he was good, but they were like, we can't risk it at this age. You're already getting, and from there, basically, it was just kind of, sorry Ash, but it was just kind of slowly dropping down the leagues, and, because he couldn't be bothered, and he kind of always said it was because the rejection was just too much. And he just thought, I've put so many years of my life into this. I want to go and have some fun with my friends now, because I don't want this. And there seems to, I don't think any of us, well, certainly not me, I couldn't relate to the rejection of being almost there as a footballer, and that what that rejection means. And it seems to, and once he said to me, if he was a multi-millionaire, that is exactly what he would do, was set up a company that gets these footballers at about that age and says, hold on, don't now go and think I'm not good enough to play football and go and get a 20k job doing whatever. You're still good enough to play. All right, so Villa haven't got you. You're still good enough to go and play in the Championship and still earn an extremely good, and maybe learn a bit more and come again. Exactly. So I think what you're saying, it's so true that people, that rejection, people just like done.
Yeah, it's a mindset thing, and the thing as well is it's not just in football. It's in life in general that true. We try and do things. We set upon a certain journey, and we find pit holes, rejection along the way, problems along the way, and then it's you then need to sort of persevere to keep going through that. So it was really interesting when I did speak to Joe, and when I first spoke to him, and he was talking about how when he first arrived at Liverpool and he had his injury, he had never met Klopp. Do you know what I mean? And then he comes in, gets this injury. But then Klopp comes in and was just basically gave him a little bit of a boost.
True, because it was under Klopp that he came.
He'd been there. Klopp come 2 weeks, a week or something, and then injury, and then he's thinking, right, and then he just had.
He's had a few. He's had a few, isn't he?
He has. His mindset, mentality, but also it's about the people that you surround yourself with, man. Gomez, I'm not sure how old he is now.
I'll tie off camera, by the way.
Tie off camera.
I'd
have to check it out. He's still young, man. Joe's still.
It's interesting because we probably all know about how old Trent is, but
do you remember when Gomez had that little?
What, 20?
He's got to be 20.
Younger than 24.
He's got to be young.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 21.
No, he's not that young.
No? 22, 23.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 23, 24, I think, around that sort of age.
Let me ask internets. Internet.
But yeah, I mean, I saw that. So what level did you, from a football point of view, because I know you're a baller.
Yeah. I'm a baller, bro.
You're a baller.
No.
Andy Cole back in his day.
No, FIFA. I'm a baller.
You know what? Draw for the videos.
Okay.
23. Joe
You know
Gomez
what?
is
The worst
23.
thing is we're not going to be able to. Do you want to turn it up real quick so we can hear it just a little bit?
And which one? 6 1
It's the one.
He's blocking now. He's like,
That one. You
Grey
want
one, yeah?
that one.
Here we go.
Like, you know, we all like different things on a football field, innit?
Yeah.
Like the reason Jason is more like a Sterling type of player. That's why he likes Sterling.
You say he's got no technique.
He's not a techie baller. Jason is not a man that's gonna do a left foot kick to the back post. You know what I mean? Bro, you can't use both your feet, bro. You can't use
both my feet.
So this is what I'm saying. Whereas you see me, I love them man, I love them man that do them spray. Like I love a Beckham and a Scholes because they're man techie. And Mane, that's the way I like to see because I was a techie baller myself. You get me? Left foot, right foot. You know what I mean?
How did you get top assists in my previous teams? I used to play football.
Yeah, but Sterling does as well. I'm not saying that you were. I didn't say you can't ball. I didn't say that, did I? I said that you're a Sterling type of baller. That's what I'm saying.
You said I can't cross my left foot.
You can't cross with your left foot, bro. We was.
Jason, boy.
So I hollered Jason.
Yeah.
When Patrick sent me that, hold tight, Patrick. Patrick sent me that, right? And then I hollered Jason and was like, "You must have. I've got some footage of him coming at you. Here's your chance to come back in." He couldn't find anything. Yeah, and that was like, okay. You started off right, but you were like, you know what, you're not a baller, bro.
Yeah.
And I got it. You know what? The worst thing is, I 100% get what you mean about the Sterling thing. Because I'm always, or even as a City fan, I get he's got the numbers. He's not a baller.
He's gonna come on and score tonight.
And the thing is you got to appreciate footballers for what they're good at. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that Sterling's not a baller, but when I'm talking about technical ability, you know, him over like a Mane's not having a great season, but technically for me, Mane is a better player than Sterling. But not to say that, you know, it's sometimes you just focus. Some people focus on numbers and stuff.
It's a term baller,
yeah.
And the thing is, it's like when Mario said Guendouzi was a baller, and I was like, I'm sorry, stop now. You
that's
can't.
just because he plays for Arsenal. He's a baller.
Baller around Guendouzi, like, but a baller for me is Mahrez is a baller.
Yeah, Mahrez is a baller.
Sterling works hard and is good at finding space.
Yeah.
Greenwood's a baller.
Greenwood is a baller.
Greenwood's a baller. The techers. You want Sterling
is a baller.
Yeah. You want Sterling. You watch Sterling hit a shot and he might score off his ankle, his heel.
Yeah, exactly.
You watch Greenwood strike a ball.
Yeah.
It's off his laces.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
left foot, right foot.
Yeah, man. But just to go back, I played as high as semi-pro.
Okay.
I played as high as semi-pro, and I played Greek league football.
Greek league.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know it, but in North London, you've got Greek league football, which is proper. When I say proper, 3 foreigners are allowed.
Okay.
So it's 3 foreigners that aren't Greek.
Exactly. So you've got to be of a level, because if you're gonna get into the Greek team, they got all their people playing.
North London's got a lot.
That's a lot of Greeks, Turks and Greeks.
So a Turk's allowed.
Turks are allowed,
Right.
because Cypriots is more than Cypriot.
Okay.
So you see the clubs in the Champions League and Aberwell, Ammonia, what's the other ones that you lot would know?
Iron Appa.
No,
I'm joking.
No, Aberwell and there's another one that even played Spurs in the Europa League and stuff.
I know it's the way you say Spurs in the Europa League.
Yeah.
I mean, you man probably avoid it because you come later in the Europa League when you get kicked out of the Champions League. But,
We're not anymore, boy. We're just Champions League business now, isn't it? That's us now.
Is it?
Well, no, we were.
No, we're there now. 2 seasons back to back with Champions League.
Just to confirm.
All right, we're in the Europa now, but we start off now. We're next season we're going to be Champions League again.
Teams go out of the Champions League. That's how it works.
That's what happens.
That's how a tournament works.
The bars are low, people. The bars are mad low right now.
No, the reality of the situation is if we got knocked out of the Champions League, then we just get knocked out. If there was no Europa League,
shouldn't happen.
In the Champions
they
League.
Shouldn't go into the Europa League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they shouldn't. They just to touch on that. I don't agree with that. They should. You go out of the Champions League, you should be gone. You shouldn't get blind to another tournament. That's mad. But so the Greek league.
So Greek league, it's really it's a good standard as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I can imagine.
Because a lot of the players in the top teams were playing Saturday football.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the Greek league, a lot of the top teams, they would pay as well. So you'll get paid to play.
Yeah.
So, we'll get our boots, we'll get, the kits, bags, all of that. So not Sunday where you're paying subs or something.
Yeah.
So they don't pay subs.
No subs. You've got committees, you've got committee members and everything.
Okay.
It's proper run, organized. And yeah, man. So I played that for 6-7 years.
So you're were you classed as one of the foreigners?
Yeah, I'm one of the foreigners.
In the Greek league, yeah.
I'm one of the foreigners, man.
One of the three foreigners.
But you're protected.
One of the 3 foreigners allowed.
Probably protected for a minute playing football with them, man.
But you know what it is? What the Greek community is a really nice community.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of good Greek friends, and just from where I grew up, I've got loads of different friends of all different nationalities. But the Greek community, when you're in there, they just treat you
your
like,
brother.
Yeah,
your brother.
So
basically.
like those days, man, those footballing days were some of the best days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As you know, like playing football, like the dressing room banter and everything, that you can't beat it. But yeah, man, you one of the 3 foreigners. And
after the game, did you get a gyros?
No.
Did you have to do an initiation when you joined it?
Man.
No initiation.
No initiation.
Listen, the Greek boys are slipping. They need to make you do a couple things, like Greek related.
I'm trying to think now. I think I luckily enough, when a lot of teams I played for, I scored on my debut a lot of the times.
Okay.
You know what? I know you're bossy with it as well.
But I'm gonna tell you. But I was also gonna tell you that when the first team I ever started playing football for, I scored an own goal on my debut.
Ooh.
So I can admit the flaws side as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
it's good that you.
it was good fun, man. It was good fun, and I played football at uni. But for me, and this is why I wanted to start what I was doing, because I'm the eldest of 3 boys. My mum, single woman more or less, brought us up by herself, hardworking, but we didn't really have much growing up. So I remember I got scouted playing at New River. So hold tight, the North London man, them you all know New River, and to play for one of the local teams that were serious. A lot of good players played there. But them days there, you got to pay. Yeah. And we didn't quite have the money for it. So it was, and even getting down there, traveling and everything, I couldn't do. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing what I was doing, because I also sponsor 2 grassroots football teams. So, and yeah, man, it's to try and give those kids an opportunity that some people don't have. And I always tell my kids now, you lot don't realize how lucky you've got it. They don't realize what. And one thing I did come from, and I always say this, I come from love. So I still pride myself as being privileged growing up.
Yeah.
But in terms of other things, and it was a struggle. Do you know what I mean? So
that's good stock. If you come from love, that's still very good stock.
That's the pillar of everything. Isn't
it is. It teaches you how to deal with certain situations and stuff like that. So that's.
I think that's a valid point. The whole subs thing in anything you do at a young age. I mean, we talk subs, but even if you go younger than that, before anything with my daughter, you have to pay money for anything. Dance club, everything is just money. And even if you go back to radio, subs, football, subs, everything is subs.
Pay to play.
So the more that the elders can knock that away, the more people can get involved.
Exactly. And so, because I didn't start playing football, I should have started playing football at a much younger age. I'm not saying that I would have made it Premier League level and all of that stuff. I don't quite think I was mentally prepared to ever deal with anything like that.
Not many in England are, I think.
I do think that I could have had a decent non-league career because a lot of my people in my circle played non-league, and I know that I'll match them if we go 5-a-side and stuff.
You're twisting them up.
Maybe not twisting them up. They will cuss me and be like, Semps, don't try and go up on camera now. You ain't got no left foot, bro. No, I can go to the left foot. I got the left foot, definitely. But no, so I reckon I could have had, but I didn't start playing football until I was 14 14, 15, where I got into my first team that I first started playing, and it wasn't, and then, so yeah, that was my journey. Unfortunately, I ain't had the career of some of the them that I see on YouTube. There, old type bits and bobs.
Yeah.
I didn't know about his story, man. So that was interesting to hear that he was a proper baller going up to Scotland and all of that.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's proper sick. And then obviously Aaron played professional as well. So I've not had nothing like that. But I know if I go on a football field, I can hold my own.
Okay, yeah. No, that's
I've played with and I've played against many ballers, so I know that I can hold my own.
It's obviously, it's not like the thing about the football game. It's not just about ability. It's about opportunities. It's about there's certain things that the stars kind of have to align for you to make it in the, progress in the football game. So
definitely, but it's also as well. I'm a big believer in we're all destined for something. I was never destined to play football.
Yeah, I think that is so true.
I've got a good friend of mine who, back in the day when we was kids, he's winning Bobby Robson's schoolboy stuff, got picture taken with him, and then you get to a certain age and then he's fallen out of love with football. So, Man City, I told you would do your thing.
2-1.
I told you.
You didn't show one. You nudged me.
You said nothing. You said nothing.
You nudged me. Hold on. What's going on? You didn't even get a celebration. I didn't get to do the tie. Yeah, come on!
You know what?
Sorry, people. 1 second.
You're through then into the semis. Bring on Mbappe.
Oh, De Bruyne.
Foden
again.
It's a watch along as well.
We just have a camera over there, isn't it? We just have a camera over there.
Foden again.
Was that Foden?
Left foot.
Oh my God, Foden, you little fucking beautiful bastard.
Man like Philip.
King Philip.
Are you excited now? You're excited?
Now we can relax.
We can relax.
Yeah.
Hold on, 2-1. So if they score another one.
No, you're through now. You're through.
No, 3-2. 3-2.
No, 3 and 10. No, it's 4-2. It's 4-2. Bro, listen.
Listen, Chelsea, yeah? Listen, Chelsea. No, I'm joking.
Listen, Chelsea, little boy.
Listen,
Chelsea.
All you, man. Suck out, innit? No, I'm joking, people. Don't suck out.
I'm very happy for my best friend. I'm very happy for my best friends that Man City
I told
have done
you,
the business.
I was sitting here before and I said, don't sweat it. City are going through. You lot are probably winning it.
Do you know what the big thing is about us winning tonight, yeah? Is that mentally what that is going to do for this group of players, because we've got this big mental block over it.
Yeah. You I'm
not booking no tickets to Istanbul yet, though.
No, that is crazy. Them man there. I ain't never spoken to them, so I won't send shots at them.
But they'll send shots at you. They'll send shots at anyone.
Send shots.
Them man are like Trump. They're sending shots everywhere. They're sending shots everywhere.
Them man there, that's going. Yeah,
but
I'm Man United fan. I'm very happy though. I'm very happy with the scoreline.
I'm surrounded by 3. What do you call them? Red ninjas.
Red ninjas.
I think because you lot can't be seen in the Champions League. So.
Well, it's all well and good you lot being in it now, but if you don't win it don't mean nothing.
You got to be in it to win it, though, bro. You got to be in it to win it.
You didn't have this chat 10 minutes ago.
At all. I didn't, bro. I didn't.
You know what? You didn't.
I didn't.
No confidence.
You know what it is? I said on this podcast earlier, I've got 2 personalities. I've got the personality around United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham fans, which is in February and beyond, where it's bare arrogant, right?
Yeah.
And then I've got the me before February with everyone and after February with all other teams, where I'm proper humble. But I've taken so much shit off of other top big clubs that I just like. You
walked in just as Jude Bellingham was scoring, and Ty was just excited and saying, oh my God, happy. It wasn't malicious. He was happy for Jude Bellingham. Obviously, he's how old is he? 17. He's 17 years old.
Why are you trying to make out like I'm flipping?
To be fair, though,
child abuse.
Yeah, boy, he jumped down his throat, innit?
Happy for him. He was like,
boy.
Listen, I wouldn't. Bro, come on, Man City are here, yeah. I wouldn't do that to you, bro.
See how United man stick together. I always remember this. I know this.
Family.
The first time we recorded in here, right?
Yeah.
We recording, and I just went over there to do something and started filming on my phone, and I started cussing out Lingard, right? This guy stopped recording. I go, bruv, you can't. This is one thing you can't do. Just because you support United, you can't stop recording podcasts if I talk about United.
No, I can't. Because look at him now.
Yeah. Look, I love that. Now
Messi, Lingardinho.
Messi, Lingardinho. You know, Lingardigard. But right.
Jay Lings. Big up Jay Lings.
But I think that was really good actually to break down what you're doing. And the one thing that we always get onto the fact is we often, I think probably because of the fact that we go for people with good energy.
Okay.
That when we get people on the show with good energy, the story often unfolds that they're doing good things straight away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to be doing more. I
Yeah?
definitely want to be doing more. Yeah. I've got where I want to, especially with grassroots football, I want to be able to sponsor more teams.
Yeah.
And do more. You know, I've started doing this other project called the Hard Work Project. So where we actually interview like father and son. So we've interviewed a couple boys that play for Arsenal, QPR, and again, just finding out the dynamics between, because we always hear about the child's journey, but what's it like for the parent that's trying to help his child get to where he's getting to?
That's a sick, you know.
So we've done a few episodes of that. So again, I want to try and do that again. And it's really just trying to provide again content, but information for the next generation coming up, because it's also important for these kids to understand what their parents go through at that time, the difficulties they go through at that time when they're trying to pursue their goals. And you've got parents that are trying to balance jobs. They're driving up the M1 and going here, going there. Do you know what I mean?
So I think. Sorry, that pillow looks very uncomfortable for you. So.
No, man, I'm good.
But that's so true. Often you think about, even as kids, they don't realise.
Do you know what? Big up man like Rutty B. Yeah. So Rutty runs he's part of the team who do the Arsenal
way.
The Arsenal way on our channel, right? And his son Logan.
He's
doing really well. Like he's played for like a few teams, and football season just started from last week.
Yeah,
and
he's just busy as hell now.
So the guys are trying to nail down Rutty to record new content for the channel and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's so hard because Rutty's just driving here, driving there.
You know what?
Actually, so it's very good for him to.
For that, also a shout out to Leicester, because so his son was playing for Leicester, but Leicester ultimately said, logistically, this isn't going to work for you. We understand, because your son is. I think his son's only like maybe
6
9
or 8.
He's not
very old.
I think driving up and
big up Logan. I supported
day.
You, bro. I supported you.
So what they said is, play for Northampton. We keep an eye on Northampton heavily, but it's very very close to you, so you can continue to grow at Northampton. But we have opportunity to pull you back at any point. We will have scouts at every single game of Northampton. So, but I think that's very true. It's the parents. I mean, I even saw the I don't know if you watched this, the Tricky Tricky for the Culture interview, Tricky from Mashtown, and his dad. He gets his dad on it. It's done like hundreds of thousands of views. Where it's a bit different, because he's talking about growing up in gang culture, and his dad's kind of take on everything, which is proper eye opener.
I think all of that stuff is interesting.
Proper 100. And I mean, as parents, it's like we're learning. Like, you don't get given a manual when you walk out of that hospital.
I put a tweet out the other day where I said, Jesus, man, like, I wish parenting came with a user manual, because like it's just something different all of the time. Like, my daughter's 10 now, or gonna be 10 next month. So we're getting these different challenges now that we didn't get before. And you know, my daughter's such a sweet girl. And, you know, I'll be honest, like, I'm just struggling to understand, how do I play this one now? Like, certain things, I'm just like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And it's difficult, man. It's difficult to know if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Like, I'm quite a hard parent as well. I don't take no crap.
So do you do the good cop, bad cop, and you're the bad cop? Yes?
Not even.
This is close to Supes' heart, you know. Good cop, bad cop.
You know what? Me and my missus kind of collabo well when it comes to parenting the kids.
Naturally.
Yeah. Good thing with us is we're sort of aligned in that sense. But especially with my daughter, I do think certain times, even though I'm a hard dad, I do think that I protect her a little bit because I'm like, your mum's over the top with her at times, and then I can chime in. But I try to be careful because one thing we don't want to do is undermine each other and in front of the kids.
No, of course.
And the other thing is that I find as well, and I'm kind of already realizing, is that ultimately we're guys. We grew up being a guy. We know what we did as guys, right?
Yeah.
The other half is a missus. She knows what a girl is going to do.
Yeah.
So like true. These things, like we've spoken on this before. I'm very much like when people are like, oh, anti-boyfriends and this and that. I'm like, do you know what? I'm not going with that approach because I feel like if I'm anti, they're going to do it behind my back anyway. I would rather it's done in my yard where I can keep. But my missus is like, I get it, and I get that you're really trying to encourage that. But the fact is, she will do stuff behind our back. Like, I'm sorry. She's like, I was a good girl, but I still did stuff behind my mum and dad's back. Like,
but you know what? What I would say to that is, look, everybody's different, so I'm not going to speak for your missus and there, but I do believe it all comes down to the relationships you have with your parents. And I do want to make sure that I have a relationship with my daughter where she can come to me and say, Dad, I did this.
Yeah.
What do you... I'm not too happy about it, but and then we can have a conversation.
But we're massive on that as well, bruv. 100%.
Because at the end of the day, we know, like, you know, we're all at the similar age, so we're gonna make mistakes. That is a given. And sometimes what we want to do now is try to educate them growing up so they can minimize those mistakes. But they're still gonna make mistakes, and they still need to find their way. Do you know what I mean? So I want to have that relationship. So,
tell us anything,
but it's trying to find that balance now because I'm certain things, you know, she's so quick to be scared to tell me something. So
naturally,
but I don't. I'm really battling with that at the moment.
You know, I just had it putting her to bed because I went in the route. In fact, I didn't. I went because now I'm trying to. I like lying with my daughter to bed just because I like giving her a cuddle and whatever. But I'm trying to. My missus is like, you need to stop now. We need to let her put herself to sleep.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 5 now.
5, bless.
But
a nice age that.
I'd said, you're putting yourself to sleep tonight. I'm watching football in the other room, but I had to go into my bedroom to get some deodorant quickly. I walked out and she stood up in her bed looking at something. I've gone, what are you doing? And she's quickly, nothing. And I was like, I'm not shouting at you. I just, what are you doing? But straight away she's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, I'm not, honestly, I'm just asking you a question. It doesn't, but naturally they're a bit like, oh,
exactly.
Like, and that is, it's so hard, man.
It's hard. You know, even sometimes I'll call her, I'll be like, Sophia. I mean, they even say it like that. I might say Sophia, and she'll come, and I'll just be like, oh, can you get me this? And she'll be like, oh, I thought I was in trouble about something.
What have you done?
Yeah, exactly.
What have you done?
And I say this to her, I say, look, and I do talk to her, and I say, look, if you get told off about things, it's because you've done something wrong, and I try to make you understand that we're not just going to tell you off for the sake of telling you off. And I also make her understand that, you know, you will have, or you will make decisions on something that you know that you're doing wrong. So if you know that you're doing wrong, and then I come at you and I'm not happy and I tell you off about it, you have to take that. But then sometimes I'm thinking, she's only 9. Am I trying to grow her up too fast and all of that? So I don't know, man.
Do you know what? When my daughter was 2 once, it was one morning and we've got up, and in the morning sometimes everything's a rush, and I'm dropping her off at preschool and I just snapped her. Not just like spoke a bit. We've got in the car and she's upset, and I kind of said to her, look, I'm sorry that I snapped at you. And she said, yeah. I said, but the reason is that if I ask you to do something, I don't want to have to ask you
10 times.
10 times. Mm-hmm, and she said, I understand that, Daddy, but you could have said it to me a bit nicer. You didn't. You could have. No, she said you could have said it to me in a kinder voice. Yeah. And I just looked at her and go, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. The amount that she has taught me about kindness and about just, and it is like so often, and often I've said Supes before that I've said from the beginning that to my missus, you're going to have to be generally bad cop because I'm going to struggle to discipline her because she's the apple of my eye. I absolutely adore her, right? But naturally, she's more scared of me. Yeah. And I said to my wife the other day, I was like, I don't, and she said, sometimes you're voice is just naturally
yeah.
like quite
it's the look,
powerful,
it's the dad look,
and she literally
voice.
over anything. If she does anything, you'll see the first person she looks at to see if it's okay. She'll like quickly.
She wants your approval first.
Yeah, I'll be like,
she wants your approval.
and if I wink at her or something, she's like, cool.
So she's a daddy's girl then.
She's not. She's a mummy's
girl. No. That's the thing.
She's a
That's
mummy's girl.
No, that's the thing. Obviously, she's around her mum a lot and stuff like that. And he might walk in the room and she'll like gravitate to mum, whatever. But still, when it's quality over quantity, when she's with him,
I'm seen as a fun one. I've always been seen as a fun one. But
the fun and the discipline,
I guess. Yeah. But
so there you go. Yeah.
I think five is one of those, not a weird age, but you can't tell whether she's a daddy or a mummy's girl at that age.
I think it will come.
Yeah. You will then start to see, because my daughter, I think she was definitely a daddy's boy at that age, but it took a while. Early age, she was all her mum. To the point, and that used to kill me as a
dad.
Yeah, proper kills you.
Me as a dad, because and that's what I was saying about the reason why I went self-employed was so I could spend that quality time with my son, because I missed out on a lot with her because of work. Like when you holding your own child and they're crying and they gravitate.
Just trying to go,
So hearing little things like in the middle of the night, like, I love you, mummy, and I've just like my missus picked up on it, and she's like the next morning gone, were you upset last night? I'm a bit. She's lying in bed with both of us, and she said, I love you, mummy, and I'm sat there like, hello, I'm here, but it can kill you.
It's about experience. So you just have to understand why. When they're young kids growing up, if they're spending more time with mum, then that's naturally what's going to happen. It's not anything personal. They don't know. And then when they get old enough to develop their own, when they get old enough to develop their own mind and thing, and that's what I'm saying. For her, it may not have clicked yet. When she gets a little bit older,
I see it.
I see it.
I'm the outside.
The one thing I can see world wars in the future between her and her mum. I can see it is going to be different, and but that's when I have to really do the whole don't undermine.
It's gonna be tough, because this is where we are now in my household. My daughter and mum clash a lot, and I believe that my missus sees a lot of herself in my daughter. I believe that. I do, because she's got my daughter can have a bit of an attitude, and I'm like, and my missus called.
Do you see a lot of her?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But I see a lot of me. If you was to see my daughter, she looks like my twin. Yeah, and so everyone says that, and I'm like, I can
believe
see
that
it
as well. I can already. There's certain when a man has like quite strong features, like Daniel. All of Daniel's kids look like Daniel because when so I could see that definitely.
Yeah, when anybody says like, you cannot deny this one. You can't say that when you're a kid.
I know I'm not involved in the podcast. Can I just say something though? It's so funny you lot are talking about children. So I haven't got children, of course. Yeah, my brother's got 3 and he's expecting his 4th.
Twins as well.
Your Miles having another one.
A whole time, Miles.
Congratulations, Miles.
Busy boy.
Yeah, 9-year gap between the twins.
DIA.
But basically, one of the twins stayed at mine this weekend.
Yeah.
And my brother was saying to me, like one of them's been really naughty and really cheeky.
Yeah, they're different.
But what I wanted to ask, and I don't know if you guys could maybe explain it as fathers, is as children, we're quite cheeky to our mums or dads or whatever. We're back chatting.
Because we don't think they don't know nothing. They were born yesterday, basically.
But when it's your aunties and uncles, you're never really back chatting to them. You never
That's
really
so true.
And my nephews are never like that to me. They're really polite, they're always respectful. So why do kids back chat and be rude to their parents, but then when it's uncles and aunties they don't see a lot, they back chat?
It's so true.
So that's a question for you guys.
It's more of a comfortability thing. That's all it is. It's the same reason why as an inner circle you will banter and push the boundaries with your brethren. But even somebody else that you know but you don't know quite so well, you would hold back a lot more. It's literally just a comfortability thing. Or you shoot
people. And if you don't,
because kids as well, my son, like this could be a whole nother thing on him. I've struggled with him up until this last year.
How old is he?
He's going to be 4 next.
Mad
month.
mad age for boys.
So the whole
wild
up until 2 and all of that. I really struggled with him. But now we're at a point now where we can communicate, and he's my little brethren now. So it's nice being at
think
this
it's a
point with him.
comfortability thing then?
But yeah, but when he goes to nursery, it's a different kid. He's a different kid. You know what I mean? But then when he's at home, so certain things they'll play up. Like kids play up with their parents, they go to grandparents and they're all calm.
All good,
they're all
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. Based off myself as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think it is, and also you just push your boundaries because it's that close to you that you know that you can push your boundaries, and that's what I think it is anyway. That's the only explanation I can come up with.
So
Cheers for answering that.
yeah, no,
it's so true though.
Yeah,
it's true. So my son, like we alluded to it earlier, like my son is 17 now. Yeah,
Big up though.
Yeah, hey,
Big
big man in the game. Big up Jaden. Big up Jaden every time. 1,000 times. Big up the chest, Jaden. And when he was like 4, I think I moved to Singapore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I moved. So I was working and living in Singapore, and obviously he spent a lot of time with his mum then, and then his mum's boyfriend at the time, who's now become her husband and stuff like that. So they're obviously developing their family life and whatever. Yeah. But then my dad, Jaden's granddad, is still involved and stuff like that. And it's weird. So yeah, so with me, I'm middle child.
Do it again because Liverpool are out.
Yeah. Oh, come on!
Say it 10
No,
times.
no.
You finish this. We're going to celebrate afterwards.
Yeah.
And Haaland speaking to Foden again.
I'll make this quick so we can finish up. So my my dad, me, and my son, we're all like kindred spirits. All of us, we're like all the same. We're like basically triplets, basically.
Yeah.
And we all like get along. So even though I moved to work and live in Singapore, and I was away for months at a time, when I did come back, when I see my son, we just bond. We just click. We're just like there, and you know, yeah. So we just like quickly bond. Whole time my dad for like obviously keeping the relationship going and stuff as well, because like I was alluding to, like I'm middle child of 3 children. My eldest sister was like my mum. Yeah. My younger brother is like my mum. But me, middle child, I'm like my dad. My dad carried the torch. So yeah, he kept it going. So that's whenever I'd come back, it's easy to blend in. And now that he's 17, it's very, very easy for me to like. We might not speak for like 3-4 days. Whatever. Yeah. Then we speak on the 5th day, and it's like we haven't spoken for, like we spoke yesterday.
Just normal. Yeah, it's normal.
It's so good. It's so good. Like you build rapport with your kids.
He's like your brethren. He's like your friend.
He's basically friends. Yeah, very good friends. Yeah, you know what I mean. We don't have to talk every day, but when we do talk, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah,
with him.
That's it. I always think that's the mark of a good friendship is when you don't speak for time and then you just link up. You know what I mean? Or you might need a help or a favor. Yeah. And then you shout that person, and they don't say, "Oh, I ain't heard from you for ages." Yeah, you just know that you got that. And don't get me wrong, you should always try to stay in touch. But life,
as much as possible,
but life can get in the way at times. You know what I mean? And you may not, but then it will be good.
You don't take offense if obviously if they're busy or whatever. But yeah, no, honestly, it's so good. Like, yeah, me and my son, we're just so alike. Then me and my dad, so alike. So when we all link up, it's just a great situation. Wicked. He's 17, obviously that's like difficult ages and stuff like that. They can go in anyway. But my son, he's got his head screwed on and good. So I wish that for you and like your daughter and then your son as well. So
yeah, I don't worry about him so much because I know when he gets of age and stuff, because he's a boy, I know I can relate to what he's going through in that sense. Yeah. Whereas with her, it's a lot of what she's gonna have to be. What she's going to be going through is you know, her mum's going to have to deal with that side of things. So she's already now getting to that age where she's starting to get little hair under her armpits.
Oh, okay, so she's got to explain that to her.
Yeah, she's getting the little boobies now and all of that stuff. So her body started changing during lockdown last year. And when I tell you, Supes, like it went from just me and my baby to one day I walked into the bathroom. Oh, and she just went and she clammed up, and I was like,
we do that for.
Yeah. And then
we got open relationship.
Exactly.
You can talk to me.
And so then I had to talk to her, and then that's like me and my daughter have that relationship where we can talk. Especially my missus says when certain things are going on, you can talk to her.
No, that's
me
good.
and my daughter can talk like that. And then I just had to have a conversation, and she was just like, "Look, Dad, like my body's changing," kind of thing, and she feels a little bit weird about it.
No, it's like that, and it will get there.
Yeah,
it will get there.
And then I just had to give her a space and just say, "Look, you know, I had to apologize because I took it offensively."
Yeah.
Like,
naturally,
you're my baby. I've been wiping your ass since you was a baby, and then now you're going like this and.
Do you know what? I've come midway into. I just had to nip up. I've come midway, and they're the type of things that I'm like. Like even little things like I wrestle with my daughter loves at the moment. She's into a thing called Descendants where they do dance, but it's also
sick thing, by the way.
Descendants 1, 2, and 3.
The production level is sensational.
You watch them all, yeah?
Yeah, my daughter's mad into it.
My daughter is obsessed. Obsessed with it. Yeah. He knows. Even she's like, the production's crazy, bruv. Like the production.
What's my name?
Yeah, that's it.
It's production's mad, and I'm kind of hoping there's a 4, but I don't think there's going to be. But anyway, so we wrestle like mucking about. Obviously, I don't.
Yeah, choke slammer.
If it's a boy, don't get me wrong. I definitely the what's it called side of me does come out. The
protective.
No, not the protective. The one that wants to win everything. Where I'll slightly sweep her leg in. But she's like quite like with that. Sometimes like I'll get her in a move, and then she'll be like, I don't like it. So straight away I'm off because it's like I never want to hear my daughter say I don't.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where even like when there's times where sometimes I have to look for my wife for like even things like washing.
Yeah.
Like it's like I don't know because I don't have. Do you have sisters?
No.
When you don't have sisters, I've got stepsisters, but they're a lot older than me. So when you have a daughter, there's a lot of things that you just genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and there's things where sometimes, like, obviously, your other half will be like looking at you, like, no, but, and it's like, I don't know this because I have no sisters. Like, but
and my family's predominantly all like I've got shed loads of cousins.
Yeah,
but majority all boys.
Yeah, I've got no nieces and no sisters.
Yeah.
So my brother is funny enough hoping that his 4th one could potentially.
That's why he's having a 4th.
It could potentially be the girl.
It
could be the girl because he weren't planning to have any more. We've got no girls.
I want another girl. You know.
Yeah.
Do you?
I always wanted boys, my whole life, right? Until Kelly was pregnant. Then when she was pregnant, I told everyone, I'm having a boy. I'm having a boy. I'm having a boy.
Yeah.
One time I was waved out with my missus drinking, and I said to her, I want a little girl so badly that I'm telling everyone, the same as I do with City when I do with City.
We're
gonna lose. I tell everyone, anyone asks me a City goal, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
And I do the same. I did the same. No, you need to go there. But I did the same. I was like, I'm telling everyone I'm going to have a boy. So when we had the test and it was a girl, I was like, test again, please. Test again, please.
Yeah.
And it's like, even now, I want another little girl because there's something about they're special. Like I'm not saying people with boys, I'm not saying boys aren't special, but for me personally,
for you,
it's like
no, I mean it's
just
about what
like that real
boys very special for me.
What's that?
I think comment here saying life from his brother learned things the hard way with the daughter too. Big up Republic of Arsenal, by the way.
Hold tight, Republic of Arsenal.
Have you tuned in?
One of the good. Yeah, of course. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know, I've got the best host next to me right now. But talking of hosting, we need to move on to it. Obviously, this is what happens on Chew the Fat. We think the conversation's going to go one way. A curveball comes in. That's why I love it because I love curveballs. I love taking conversations wherever they want to go, and he usually pulls me back in. But obviously, we're never a foul.
Yeah.
Your views. Firstly, earlier on when you said, what was it you said? You said that we're bigger. Don't say that. We're not bigger. We're not bigger
don't
than
say
you.
that.
At all.
Yeah.
Listen,
Look,
and do you know what? Let me be 100 with
We're
you.
a
On
family.
Kojo, I'm three in the middle, right?
Yeah. 3 midfield.
3 midfield. Sorry,
And it's
3 midfield.
Kojo, not Kojo. Every
Alright,
time.
tell him.
Do you know what, people?
Tell him.
Sorry, give me the
Tell him,
camera.
make sure.
People, never foul. A lot bigger than Views TV.
No, you know what? I just have to say that because every time Ty refers to him as Kojo, I am laughing. I'm like,
wait,
so you blame Ty, yeah?
Yeah, it's Kojo. It's Kojo.
It's Kojo.
Oh, I thought.
And I'm like,
that's why I said it, but blame Ty.
That's why I had to get that in. I just find it so funny. I'm always laughing.
But why doesn't Kojo
Yeah,
correct him?
I don't know.
Because do you know what? I understand.
Rolls with it.
Listen, I understand.
I like this.
I totally understand when Ty says that Jose, because Jose Mourinho is not going to correct him. Thomas Tuchel's.
But I'm the worst.
He's not going to correct him.
Sorry, I just had to get that.
No, but listen. If you
were
were around me, because this is what he does his whole life. I can't pronounce anything.
Daps has got some pronunciation.
I cannot pronounce anything.
You hear him over there. Over the never felt years.
If I was a commentator on Sky Sports,
you know, well,
yeah.
But
yeah, sorry.
But yeah, even with 3 in midfield,
yeah.
If we're looking at the number of subscribers, yeah, he's got less subscribers than us. He's not smaller than us. Right? And
no way.
Also,
we don't feel like that.
If you want to talk football, sensational. I love going on there because it's one of the best channels to go on and just talk. I generally try and banter on there, but you can go on there and talk proper football. So there's not, and also, right, people don't be fooled by subscribers, yeah, because subscribers is definitely not the be all and end all. Actually, it's very small, very, very small.
No, when I say big is that you've got Trafford Tunnel, you've got views from the Skywalk, you've got the Chelsea, you've got a production going on. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm honest, it's what I always had planned for my own channel. So the fact that I'm nearly 2 years in and I've not got there yet, and you don't have in such a short space of time, that's what I mean by bigger. But I don't have no problem in saying stuff like that.
Absolutely. And I do respect you for saying that.
Because when I look at other channels and stuff, like, this is just the way my mentality works, is that when I look at other people, and I said this on Beaks, shout out to Beaks Corner. Beaks is a wicked guy.
Yeah.
Second person on the channel to speak good on you, Beaks. So
yeah, no,
we got Beaks,
and we haven't even touched base with him yet.
Yeah, man. If you ever get him on, because I said on his, we did a little Man United thing, and in the beginning it took a different angle. But I said, when I look at people, I don't look at it in red eye. I look at it as motivation. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when my son starts playing football, he plays football now, but when he's growing up and I'll say, look at this player, look at that player, whatever, look at the best players around you, and you try to better them. Do you know what I mean? You're not trying to better them in a bad way. You're trying to improve yourself. So when I look at all of these other channels, like yourselves, like 3 in Midfield, because again, Kojo is my guy. Do you know what I mean? And I've met him through this whole thing. I didn't know him before, but I class Kojo as one of my good friends. Like I can talk to him. We exchange voice notes all the time. When I look at these channels, Bits and Bobs, for example, again, shout out Bits and Bobs. I've only recently met him, but I look at you guys as inspiration and motivation for me to now say, let me try and drive my channel. Do you know what I'm saying?
But to switch it, right, we're what, 8-9 months in? Eight
started in the first week of October, so about 7 months.
We're 7 months in, but there's 3 of us. But it's hard work, So shout out to you for being 2 years in and still going, because that is the key. Like I have no doubt every summer there are a lot of channels that just drop off because they're like, do you know what? This hustle, it's a mad hustle, and people do not. And even going on podcasts, like, it can get the amount of times me and Ty are just like, do you know what? I've been on a podcast every night for the last 4, 5, 6 nights, sometimes 2, 3 a night, and it's like my brain's just full. I just actually want to go and chill out.
But again, I think once you're in it as well, you then start to develop a respect for others when you see stuff. Because I look at you lot's content and I'm like, all right, okay, I'm on my Instagram feed. All right, there's Ty again. There's from the Sky. And it's like, right, you're punching out so much content. Do you know what I mean? Bits and Bobs pumping out so much content. Flawless punching out so much content. You know what I'm saying? So much content, and I'm like, that is not easy. So for the casual fan that just watches, that doesn't understand what we're doing, it's just like you just tune in, but you don't understand what goes behind it. That is hard work. Even for me to appear on podcasts, it's not easy,
especially the juggling when actually like people, and there's been one or two comments before where people are saying like, oh, but it must be the best job ever. People, let's be very clear, yeah, we are not. I'm trying to think of a football true Geordie, yeah, who that is their career. Right? Yeah. We all have day jobs, right? Yeah. We have families, we have wives.
We got Jake Paul.
Trying to juggle what we are doing with that is mad.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Proper mad.
Just
like,
gonna,
you got his day job.
Strange.
Just gonna jump in here. I've got a comment.
Oi, Ty, you might as well come on camera, bro.
Yeah, true, but I'm just really not doing helping a lot of comments. Big up Holly, by the way. We've got a Spurs channel. I've seen you doing your stuff. She just commented here saying, same, it's a grind. It's good to take a break now and again, but with YouTube, you can never sleep. I've made so many great mates through talking football. I think that is so true. Like, there's so many good people you've met through it. She goes, I've got a juggle podcast, my own show, playing football, working and spending time with the family. And it's so true.
Yeah,
even just touching, I know it's not for you guys chew the fat, but when you said about me banging out content on Insta all the time, I actually put an hour.
Let's move around.
Okay, let's do this.
Come true, man.
Come true, YG.
I'm gonna jump on chew the fat the first time.
Wait. Let me take control.
Really and truly, when we had Ty on Chew the Fat for the first time, I kind of wanted to get him waved because Ty has never really and truly opened up to me properly. Sorry, people. Is that about right? Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, like just for example, like.
Hold on.
I see. Yes, you set the angles.
Sit on his lap, Supes.
We got plenty of space.
But like even just every night when you say about the content, like tweets. I work. I do recruitment for education, by the way. Yeah. So I start at 7 a.m. in the office till 4:30. So what I do, like every night before I go to bed, I do like an hour just getting 5 tweets drafted for the day. Yeah. And then on the Insta, I'm like getting all the hashtags that's drafted. So when I go toilet, I can't even lie. I'm in the toilet and I'm like,
and he tells us.
Go back to, yeah. And like, I literally, but like, it's not easy. Like, it actually isn't. Like, getting the content ready, even little things like that. I'm like, raw, like, cropping videos. People send me 3-minute clips and I have to crop them down to like 57 seconds and do 57 to 1 minute 50. And then,
but you see, I can relate because we're involved.
Yeah,
but the casual fan, they don't know.
Yeah, they don't.
And I got to a point where I'm not even gonna lie to you. I found it really difficult because, you know, up until recently, where Patrick has got a lot more involved, I've just been doing this all myself.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, but this is where with us and our setup, we can really relate to, and like hold out Usman as well. Usman's a one-man band. And like, I know Usman at one point been like, do you know what? It's real hard. And I'm like, bruv, he's like, and he's bigging us up. I'm like, but bruv, we've got a team and then we've got content owners. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's other things that we come across, but a one-man band thing is not easy, bruv. Like, especially as a parent and all these things. Like, and again, I will go back to it. People right now, most of us aren't making money off of this, right? So it's very hard. It's a hard grind when you're not making money. It's a very hard grind.
Trust me, to have that motivation and thing, because when I started, as I was saying to you earlier, you know, Sunday, 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night, you know, as soon as I'd have to rush my kids to bed, 7:30, 8, and then I'll start setting up, so I'd have a banner. So on any of the early episodes that people may watch.
I want to talk about that later because I love that.
Yeah, any of the early episodes you'll see there's a views banner. I'd have to iron that though. Not even a missus ironing. He's ironing. No, I'm ironing. Every Sunday I'm in. I've got my iron board, and
if I got hit with that when we first started this, by the way, Daps, every Sunday you're gonna have to iron. I'll be like, I'm out. I'm gone. See you later, boys. I'm gone.
Listen, like even this whole thing, if it wasn't for us four, and there's another guy called Chris, big up Chris, he does other stuff behind the scenes now for us. If it wasn't for a team of 4 having our own different skills, this would never be 100%.
And then the content owners are vital as well. Also, the content owners as well.
Yeah, massively. Like, you need a team, and like it is so important.
But that was that can't do it for yourself.
That was one of the things that early doors we were kind of like, we need a team, and also this is a team. That we might have, and I had a call with Holta Abdi United as well. A call with him the other day about he was saying, is there any way that channels can be linked? And I was like, unfortunately, with the views and getting to 1,000 and getting the hours, I was like, unfortunately, because YouTube aren't idiots. That would mean everyone's monetized. But I do feel like that these relationships between the different channels are vital because every time you, like, if we go on your channel, we'll probably get another 1 or another 2 subscribers, right? And if you come on us, hopefully you'll get another 1 or 2. Make sure you subscribe to Views TV Official, right? Absolutely. So all these things, they get you 1s and 2s, and it slowly builds up. People have to just keep, because if we don't, none of us channels, none of us hosts will ever get monetized.
But you're speaking from our level now.
Again,
and I get this is where, and after speak, this is where I know I'm different to other people, because I've always, my core thing is to try and help people. That's who I am, and I'm not bullshitting, because anybody who knows me would testify to that. So you can ask anybody. That's me. Go on my Instagram, you know. For every Tuesday for ages, I was doing Take a Look Tuesday, where I was putting up people's businesses, trying to promote their businesses. This is ages.
The fact that you've even drove here for the first,
real talk.
I respect that.
Yeah,
massively,
man, massively. That's always what. But what happens is when you're at this level, because we all start at this level. You'll start at, you know, we're working our way up. Some people forget that, and then they'll get to a certain level, and then they will only then mess with, and they won't try and help the people on the bottom. And that's the reality of the situation. Now, me personally, you do what you got to understand. At the end of the day, it's got to be something in it for them. And if they're not the same type of people, but I know that, and I say this to my people: when I get to that level and I stop being who I am, you need to rein me in. You need to say, Semps, check yourself, because this ain't you. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like, I just think that people do forget that. And so all of these 1 subscribers, 2 subscribers, that's important to us. But when you get to a certain level, they're not really on that anymore.
Nah. I think you're right about, actually, and we can look at it from our side so easily. It's looking at it from the other people's side and from the viewers' side, which is, and I mean, if it wasn't for probably these 2 guys, I would have quit a long time ago. Even from the very beginning.
Actually, I didn't even know that.
No. From the very beginning, when you 2 were saying to me, if you can't be consistent, which is probably why, because it was drummed into me so much, because I am the type of person that, if we go back in the day, Supes, right? For me, all I wanted to do was make money, right? And we go to people's houses for whatever reasons, and they're making music, and they're like, I was a DJ. They're like, come and help us produce something. I'm like, that's all wrong to me. Oh, I'm off, right? And it's the same with everything. If I do not see fast money, generally, I'm like, but with this, it's something I love, and I've grown up as well. And it's like, do you know what? And also, I'll say this is during lockdown has probably saved me, like speaking to people and being able to interact and meet new people and whatever. But the fact that these 2 said to me that consistency is the key. If you can't be consistent with it, and hold tight, Jess from Armchair Gaffers, who said, if you're not on a long-term hustle, allow it, because this isn't quick money. This is not.
He said 5-year plan.
And all these things that people drummed into me, and the whole thing is, ultimately, if you look at it, I enjoy this. Like, I even had a conversation with my work when my work were talking about conflict of interests.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were saying, I get there's no conflict of interest. However, you need some downtime. You're working a lot of hours for us, and then you're going and you're working hours in the evening on that. And I was like, this isn't working hours. Yeah. This is not working hours. I enjoy doing this, because this is
nice combo, though, isn't it? Really?
No, it's not. But it is. This is
it's reality, but it's not a nice combo at the same time.
This is like, especially during lockdown. I'll be 100. When you are locked into a space of, I don't know what the boundaries of. This is. What's up?
No, you can.
When you're in a certain space and all you see is your wife and your daughter, and that's all you're seeing, right? It's kind of like coming out here. I'm being interrupted over there. You 2 all right?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ! I'm not blaming him.
I think they were toasting to Liverpool going out.
It's Supes. I was going to toast to that, but when you're in a small space, and all you see is like 2 people being able to come out here What are you pointing at? Sorry. What are you pointing at? You keep pointing at something. The comments.
No, nothing.
He's showing Semps how it works with the camera.
Yeah, he's just
Well,
showing
you're
me
putting
the
me off,
setup.
bruv. So when you're in
Big up Holly in the comments,
a small space, and during the last year, I've had me, my wife, and daughter, right?
Yeah.
Being able to come in here and just speak to other people is so important. And I think, well, I know for a fact the amount of people I've spoke on bigger podcasts, a lot smaller podcasts, from all walks of life that have said the same thing. Even like people that are disabled, that have had to be on permanent lockdown, that are like, this has been my way to communicate with the outside world. And what you said earlier was so true about even what just happened then, right? That's cool now. If you would have gone before lockdown, in the middle of a podcast, someone going, hold on a second, what's going on here? That'll be edited out. But now it's like, that's cool, because we're just going with it. And this is real. There's no scripts.
That's it.
Supes was confusing the hell out of me because he's waving his hands everywhere, pointing at stuff. This guy confuses me with his eyes.
I love it. Because I even had a question for you. Because even touching it off air, I think it's great for the people to know. With views, like we've got this set up here, and I have to say, big up Daps. We're very fortunate to be in this sort of situation.
Yeah.
We've seen now in the last few months, StreamYard has picked up. A lot of people are now able to come on podcasts from around the globe, around the world, Australia, London, Edinburgh, like bits and bobs, for example. But anywhere you can go. You started off views a couple of years ago, you said now.
Yeah.
You said originally that you were setting up on Sundays. So you never had a studio. So where were you doing yours? How did you communicate and get your shows going?
All right. So I made a decision to start this, as I said, and it was all by myself.
Right.
So I bought all of the equipment. I bought myself a camera.
Green screen.
I bought myself a banner.
Okay.
The banner was the one.
Yeah,
I clocked
so I
that
got
early.
the banner. And then I bought myself because first, and again, trial and error in it, I got myself a condenser mic, plugged it into the thing, and it's not working.
Dynamic mic still.
I'm like,
the
what?
basics.
I'm like,
Done the same, buff.
I'm like, why is this not working? And this is like a few days before I'm meant to shoot the first show.
Okay.
And then it was like, why is this working? Then I realized you need a mixer, so I've had to get.
Buff.
So I literally self-taught myself how to do everything. I bought myself Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
And then I started literally started doing it all myself.
So it's kind of on the job still, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
So
that thing I played earlier.
Yeah, with the banner. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in my living room.
Because I almost thought that felt like that was a show out somewhere.
Yeah,
like
that's why I was keen to, because I thought, I know not many people have studios.
No,
so
that was in
you've been doing your show from your living room for this whole time until StreamYard come back.
That was in my living room, man. Yeah, and I would have to set it up. So that's what I said. I'd have to iron the banner, put it all up myself.
This is work rate, people.
And
this self-trading.
Get all the cameras. And then my cousin will come. So I had my own camera. My cousin will come with 2 other cameras. So we'll set up 3 cameras, and then we'll just record. And then Jason and Pat will come. So I have to shout out Jason and Pat.
Big up Pat and Jason.
Seriously, without them two, the show would never have got off the ground. I had the idea, and then I always envisioned having different guests on every week. Okay. But, on a Sunday night, every single week, people ain't on it. That's the reality. Especially when the channel is nothing. But Jason and Pat committed their time. Every Sunday we recorded without fail. And so I got so much respect for both of them.
Patrick's very, Alex Nova,
J Nova, yeah.
And I limited communication. I was trying to get some gossip off of him earlier. But Patrick is very, very, very good people.
Yeah,
very good. And all I can remember now is that laugh.
Yeah,
it's quality. I hope to see that in June when we hopefully.
The grind was definitely hard, man. The grind was hard, and then you get to some Sundays where I just want to just come home. I would be pulling us from family functions early because I got to come home
to do the thing,
and then plus the kids have to go to bed because I lived in a little 3-bed bungalow before, and the setup you know, if it's hard to imagine,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's the rooms are all sort of into. So if the kids aren't sleeping, they can hear everything because my banner actually had it was half
into the hallway.
Basically into the hallway. So I couldn't shut the door. So I couldn't shut the door.
Your missus, we were trying to get you to get the banner. But it's true. It's true. I'm so blessed with this out here. Like when we bought this yard, I was going to have a man cave in the house. Right? Okay. But then,
thank God you did.
Well, this was here, wasn't it? In the garage before.
This is the garage.
Okay.
But then the missus got pregnant, and I was like, well, that's a wrap. Then.
Yeah.
And then I was like, do you know what? I'm having that garage. Yeah. That's me. But this sat here for ages. Not really. This was just a den. Really, we'd have like, I think the TV's been there for a minute, but it was just literally we'd come out here and just chill and watch boxing and whatever. It was only just before, but I think the fact you've been going for 2 years is commendable massively, like because it is a grind. Especially StreamYard has probably, speaking from our side, if it wasn't for StreamYard, we couldn't have all the fan channels that we have right now.
Or any content over lockdown.
We'd probably be doing 1 or 2 a week max. Yeah, absolutely.
This is why, like, sometimes when things happen in life, you have a decision, isn't it, on how you deal with it. And lockdown came, and a lot of us could have gone one way, and a lot of us, and we've used it to our advantage because massively. Lockdown has helped my channel. That's the reality. Because I now know you lot because of lockdown. Because if I didn't now start doing the internet thing, I wouldn't have met Kojo. I wouldn't have met Usman. I wouldn't have met all of these people.
I kind of feel like lockdown 1 was practice.
Yeah.
Lockdown 2.
Lockdown 1 was just an absolute wave. Yeah. I'm not going to be true. Lockdown 1 was just work and wave for me. It was work till 1.
Wave for me.
Work
it was
till
a wave.
Midnight,
it was a wave. Lockdown 1
and
was
then
a wave.
It was wave for 3 hours afterwards. I'm not even lying. It really was. Literally, I was working till midnight.
Yeah.
With maybe an hour in the house to eat, and then wave.
And then in the house sober.
But I just have to say, actually, shout out to this brother, because if it wasn't for him actually hollering me,
that's cool.
So hollering me to start all of this off, like I'd be in a lot worse place, because doing this podcast thing has massively helped me.
I'm going to talk about all that. I'm going to put you to fact when I come with you.
Yeah, when I get drunk and he actually opens up to me.
Hopefully very soon, actually.
That's good, man.
We've got a love-hate relationship, me and Tar.
But it's growing. It's growing towards the love.
It's growing like my beard.
Growing love.
But yeah, so it's growing wonky.
But then you guys saved me, because if it was big up Sam, by the way, who I used to do 2 Tries Talks with, because it was him. I've known Daps for a long time, by the way, because my brother used to MC, and then Daps was a DJ and that.
Okay.
But I used to have another podcast. My boy plays for Boreham Wood.
All right.
He's a striker there now. Okay. One of my best friends, and we used to do a podcast, and we kind of stopped it. And then when I was on holiday, in short, I thought of, I want to do a football podcast. I've actually got a sport journalism degree.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's why I do the hosting. He said, no, that's what he only speaks about hosting on voice notes. That's where I got the training from. So when you voice note me, I'm always like, he doesn't really know that I've done. So I've done that. And then, in short,
at least you know it bloody works.
It works. And well, I'm using it. That's the difference.
Your brother's proud of you now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's on to me for years. But the guy who used to record my other podcast is actually like, hit up Daps, because Daps has converted a garage into this. He's a Man City fan, and I've always chatted to Daps at the same barbers, getting talk about football anyway. So I've always vibed. Yeah. But as soon as we came in
when
here,
the missus wants him home and that,
it literally took 20 minutes, and we were like, "Let's get this going." And to see the steps that it was taken from now to now, from when it started to now, is incredible. Because I'm not going to lie to you, when we first had the meeting, we didn't envisage having all these sort of fan channels. It's kind of lockdown that just ran into it.
I was looking to pay £40 a week to have someone come in here and
record it. Like,
I was like, no, that's not.
I didn't even know we'll have a camera here, camera here, camera here, camera here, camera here.
No one to film nothing. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful though how you just see things develop.
Yes, it's the journey, man. It is so true. Cliche, but it is.
It is, and that's now why I'm in a much better place than where I am, because a year ago, again, I was at the point where I was ready to just give it all up, because I'm just like, it's too much, and I was getting embroidered in the social media thing where I'm looking at other channels that are growing and all of that.
Yes.
And I'm looking, and then it was a book that I was reading at the time that said, you can't compare your beginning to somebody else's end or somebody else's middle. and it really sort of hit home that, you know what I'm saying, like, you can't really compete with anybody else. You got to run your own race.
Yeah, 100.
You got to focus on yourself. And as soon as I started doing that and just being me again, that's when I started to enjoy it again now.
Okay. And do you feel like? Sorry,
no. So I hold it.
Do you feel like, because there was a point with this where I was obsessed, and I often told people I'm obsessed with it. So this is not going to flop because I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably all right at the time, and it probably helped at the time. However, that was probably like January, maybe last year and January. Since then, I'm a lot more. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need to rush it.
Yeah.
Like, because ultimately, longevity.
You
have to sometimes, like, the amount of times me and Ty will be like, between us, we're having a quiet week, because otherwise I'm going to drive myself. Do you find that sometimes you just have to go, do you know what? I'm just going to actually not do that much this week because I need to not do that much this week.
I was literally live, breathe, sleep, views for a long period. And as I said, it was just all on me as well. So if nobody ain't doing anything, nothing weren't getting done. And then I was getting sort of upset with certain people because I wanted them to do more and the other little bits and bobs.
Yeah.
But then I had to get to a point where I said to myself, I'm putting unrealistic expectations on myself. But you've got to just enjoy the journey and trust the process.
Yeah. Trust in the. You sound like an Arteta in right now.
Arteta in. I love that. He dropped that perfectly.
But when I'm talking about trust the process, you still have to do the work, but it's really just enjoy the journey. So for me, the best thing about me doing what I've done is meeting different people, because I
keep coming back to that.
Yeah, because I like meeting people. That I'm a people person.
You know what?
That's
why I know you are. You're here, and I'm the same. And maybe when you've been saying that, I haven't embraced that
I'm
enough.
Exactly like that as
because I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's why this barbecue's happening. Because this whole thing, we are on a journey. And we're meeting people that I would hope we're going to be on a journey for a long time together. It has to be a family.
That's fair enough. How it doesn't matter how long you've known someone. It's so relevant right now. I think when we have this vibe together in this barbecue, it's going to be like you've just been chilling with these guys for 10 years. That's what you like.
And what it is and I said, I put a tweet out the other day, because I'm also now a big believer in this. More and more now as I get older is about energy.
Yeah.
And how you get connected with people because of your energy.
Yeah.
So you may come into contact with somebody and the energy may not be right. And then that just means that you ain't really going to vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a reason why I speak to Kojo and Usman and certain people on a regular basis, because our energies...
Correct.
They match.
You know what I'm saying?
We all synchronize.
Yeah.
Right?
So the moment I met Ty on the podcast, and then we was on like 3 podcasts in like 1 week
it was
together on
we
different
just started
podcasts.
messaging. Boom.
And it was just instant. Do you know what I mean? So I don't worry so much because I just let my energy.
Do you know what? It's funny. You know what? It's funny because me and Ty, not long ago, had a chat, right? So when we started Never a Fail, one thing that we really wanted to do was we spoke about not being pigeonholed into maybe the kind of like where we've grown up, the kind of culture we've grown up with, the circle we've grown up with, and we were like, do you know what? We don't want to be pigeonholed into the same circle that we're always in. Right?
I hear that.
And we want to kind of like be able to reach out to maybe, I'm going to be 100, the white football crowd.
Yeah.
The multicultural football crowd and all this. That's what we wanted, and that's what we saw we could do, right? However, very quickly we realised now we've been pigeonholed into the circle.
You're sort of in this,
we don't know how.
So all in that sort of eyes in the balls thing.
We don't know how. We've tried to avoid it.
Flawless.
But we've been pigeonholed.
Yeah.
And actually, when you look at it, that's not a bad thing.
No,
that's because
it's not.
our energy
goes into that
energy,
pool.
Yes,
that's
like we've just gone into the circle where our energy fits. And when we try and step out of that circle into another circle, sometimes the energy, I'll be 100, it's just shit. Like it's just not energy, and it's like, do you know what?
Exactly.
I'm not like, that's not me. Therefore, you lot do what you're doing, and you might have more subscribers, and you might have, but that's not my energy.
But we're happy. We're happy over
and
this
we're
side of the
happy,
river.
and we're happy, and we can move in this and be good. If we come over there, we're not being ourselves. I'm probably going to flop after a couple of weeks. I'm like, you lot are dickheads, and I'm not really feeling it.
And that's it. And you always have to be yourself, man. And this is one reason why I had to get out of corporate employment and do my own thing. Because I'm not a man who can be fake. So if I'm unhappy, I remember I was in a meeting and I was peed off with management and where certain things were going, and I just rock up to the meeting, and people will know that my family will know me how I stay anyway. I rock up to the meeting. If I'm not happy, you're gonna know I'm not happy. You're gonna know it. So then my manager's
salute to Mario Blacks really quickly, because this guy's probably a carbon copy of you.
But my manager's like, when these meetings, can we just have a little?
Leave me spit my drink out, man.
Have a little bit of a smile. And I don't give a rat's ass if you're area manager or I don't care who you are. The way
you just got a badge. You're still a human like me.
Human being,
yes, I'm like that. I say to my director, I go in there and chat to my director face to face all the time.
So if I'm not on it, I'm not on it. You're not gonna hit, and that's where me and certain people in my company would start to clash because they're all on this fake business. And
when you go to the toilet, they're like, did you see you think you can? I don't care because I'm saying it to you direct, and you know
Let me tell you a quick thing that happened. One thing that happened.
This could be another pod. Work.
I'm not going to speak.
Work.
I'm not going to speak on it.
I'm going to give you this quick story where me and this area manager caught up one day. And he doesn't directly manage me. So I worked in an estate agency. I'm a mortgage advisor in the estate agency. So I'm managed by financial services, and he manages the estate agency side. So I'm an advisor sitting in the agency. So he doesn't manage me, but he's coming out with certain lyrics in the morning meeting. So I just told him, who do you think you're talking to? Like, I'm a grown man. My parents don't talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to?
Who do you think you are, bro?
Yeah, no, seriously.
No, but it's real talk. And people get carried away.
Exactly. Take off the badge and come out in the car park.
So then I said to him,
I'm getting vexed. I'm at the baggies. I've had a couple of cheese.
I said to him, look, your area manager, speak to me properly. If you're, and this is how I talk to him, if you're saying this, and this, you're meant to educate. That's what your job is. You're meant to help us. So don't talk to me like that. And then it was just like, all right, we'll talk after this. And I was like, that's cool. In the office afterwards, my man's standing up and I'm sitting down calm. He's in my face, finger, and I'm just like, why are you pointing at me? Why are you getting aggressive?
And the good thing is you're staying calm, so you know that you're in control because no one can say I'm doing anything because you're calm.
But then you know what happened? So everybody, I went downstairs, the other people on the dance floor.
Hey, you know what? People. You know what that is, though. That is the way we talk about it. Like even the other day when we were talking about when Ty dropped an awful one in the group, and I was like,
that's how it always.
But when Ty dropped something in the group, and I was like, he thought he shut down the dance, but the dance was empty. like that's the way we talk about it. That is what we know. So carry on.
When I went back down to the dance floor and everybody else was there, they were all like, "Yeah, he was out of order. You did well done." All of this, but then afterwards. They flipped the script on me. They flipped the script on me and tried to. And then two of them in particular were making it out like I was in the wrong. Whereas before they were beating me up when I was thinking. And I'm like, wow. And that's when I said to myself, you people are too fake for me. I can't deal with this.
You know what? The one thing that I'm not going to talk too many particulars at work, but that's the one thing at work that I've always been like. If someone stands up and has an argument with me, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. If you to my face will be like, I disagree, and actually tell me how you feel. If you're pissed off with me, tell me you're pissed off with me. I'm cool with that, and I'll be able to go. Okay.
They don't do that, right?
Well, even in the first few weeks, I can vouch this. Even in the first, I'll say 4 to 6 weeks, starting Never Fail, you're building something. There's going to be little clashes. You've never worked with people before.
1 or 2.
Daps used to love grilling me. And I think when I used to leave, I know Supes used to be like, Daps, just chill the fuck out sometimes.
Yeah, he did a few times.
Yeah, but I like it because if he's annoyed at me or if we say it, it's not going to be one of them little things. And it's good because then it's ironed out quicker if you just say it.
But that's the thing.
It's the best
and
way.
I'm cool. I always say to people, if you're pissed off with what I say, if you disagree with what I say, tell me. And I can get over that a lot quicker. Because if I hear that you've done that behind my back, and that's happened before, and it didn't end well for me, to be frank, because I've ended up switching, going downstairs, losing my cool because people were talking Chinese whispers behind my back. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Tell me to my face and we can move forward. You do that, and I'm just going to think you're a snake, and I never want to work with you again, to be frank, because you're not telling me what you need to tell me to my face.
And then you can't trust people.
How are we on this subject? From talking about football.
I know. I went to work. I don't even know how.
Boy. But yeah, you have to build trust, man.
But I think that's true with the podcasting. It's family. It's we can all talk with. You've come out. The fact you've come down here when you were like, it was like the energy's so 100% because you can come down here and get involved. And you wanted to feel the energy, like the energy has to be right.
Welcome to the cave.
I haven't been here since December, and when obviously you came on my show and they're like, right, that's I'm getting Semps on. I said, I don't care. I'm here for 2 minutes. I'm meeting you, and if I have to go yard, I just want to say Semps.
But our energy is mad different as well now. It could have been tense if you would have come before Christmas.
I swear. Serious. Yeah, you think it's Joshua Fury lining up.
But you know what? Certain time them things happen. You know, one of my best men. He was best man at my wedding. I was best man at his, and I'm godfather to his son.
Okay, lovely.
We first started off. We didn't like each other.
Normal, very normal.
Screwing where we used to work. Used to screw each other.
That's
the thing. Who's this dickhead?
Wait, he was the elder brother of a guy that I went to like my.
Oh my god!
I went to I think my ex's prom, and I saw her talking to this guy, and I'm like, me and her were arguing. Then I've seen her talking to this guy, and I'm like, he's walked past and gone hi. I'm like, who's this guy saying hi to you? Like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And then people are like, oh, that's AJ. He's in the sixth. He's coming in the sixth form. I'm like, I don't care who he is. Oh, but later on at Carriage Nation, his brother and his boy. I'm like, I don't care if his brother's boys are there. Like, and then later on, your brother's there with all you lot. But I don't think your brother even like all this was just Chinese whispers. Like them man were raving. But I'm there thinking, like, boys, it might be a beef team, yeah? Them man are just raving, like, because all this talk is just other people going, them lot are here. And I'm like, right, they're here for me. And no, they're just here.
You know when the dons come from like other schools.
That's exactly what it was.
They're here, they're bar.
Who's this guy from another school saying hello to my ex? Like, how dare he say hello?
How dare you say hello to your girl?
But you know what? It can get sticky, them ones there, you know.
No. The bad thing is, the guy who was saying hello, like not even on like nothing.
Nicest guy in the world.
He's like, yeah, we saying blah blah blah. My brother, my younger brother.
That's what I'm saying. It was his younger brother.
My younger brother.
But then they were saying that him and all these people were going to be at the after part of the rave I was going to. Wait, so I've gone up there thinking, okay, but they're there raving. So, but
can I ask you something? I know I've got.
Let's take it back to YouTube.
Yeah, I just want to ask you something. I asked Armchair Gaffers this actually, and when I asked them, they paused the show. He answered it in the next episode. Okay. So I'm going to ask you now live and direct. So you touched
great question
on a point earlier. You actually, and it made me, that's what triggered me. You said you were close to quitting, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now you're at the point where she must come in. You've met so many people. You're now here today. Yeah. You're enjoying it again, right?
Yeah.
So
pause. Are you enjoying it again?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Which is good. So for you to carry on doing this, however you're in your 30s, so for example, you might be doing this for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You might leave a legacy for your children or whatever. What would you class as a success when you finish podcasting? Is now a success that actually at the end of the day, you've got a platform and you've got people coming on and you're meeting great people. Some people said, you know what, this is a success already. Or in 5, 10 years, 15 years time, is there something that you want to say, when I stopped this, it was a success because ...
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I think for me is all about just trying to impact people, and what I want to get back to is doing.
This guy's good. He's good, man. This guy is very, very good.
I knew I'd get a deep question.
He's good, man.
So for me, when I started the channel, it was about trying to create that WhatsApp feel for football banter, but also for proper conversations. Because when I talk football, when I'm talking on phone and stuff to people, it's less about banter. It's actually having a proper footballing conversation about this, that, and that.
Banter.
So that's what I wanted to create that side. But then on the second side, it was more about me interviewing footballers to dissect their journey, their ups and downs, to help the younger generation, and really, and then spin off from that. Obviously, as I said, me sponsoring the grassroots football and stuff like that. It's all about the younger generation for me. So I want to be able to impact the younger generation. Like football banter is all well and good, football podcasts and all well and good, but
your platform ultimately to me is there to educate young footballers that are going to be coming up into the game, or ones that are like us who maybe want to report on the game or become journalists or whatever, but you want to give them some guidance that they can look at Semps and say, do you know what, I learned something from this guy. And that's what, because at the end of the day, like you said, the world is changing. Big up, I'm going to say this as well, Boreham Wood, by the way, there's a guy called Femi who does a Baller Talk podcast with Mehdi. You know, what's his name? Oh, he's a rapper. Does a comedian and stuff. I can't remember his name. Like, he's popular though.
Okay.
But I mean, he does the Baller Talk podcast, and they were talking about, just touching on it, about the American system. And the fact that if you don't make it through the drafts, you've got education to fall back on. Whereas here, you get released, and the amount of releases that have been done in 2020 and 2021 because of lockdown and coronavirus, it's been mental. There's been so many player releases, but they have nothing to then fall back to. They're right now in no job.
We've gone in a circle. This is how the whole conversation started.
It's real talk. No job, no club. But you're gonna hopefully give them something that they can cling on to for the rest of their life. I always say one conversation.
Exactly, and it's not just about football. So there's Impact Theory by give his bloody name now. John Bellew. Check him out. It's Impact Theory on YouTube.
Is in boxer.
Nah, it's spelled a different way. But his shows is basically, you know, he's had a guy called Goggins on there, David Goggins. He's had loads of different Les Brown on there. All of these people where they just talk about their life, but you know, the ups and downs, because all of these people who have made it, like the books and stuff that I read is not just motivational crap.
The ship's not always sailing.
It's about, you know, Kevin Hart book, for example, like we talked about his childhood, you know, the ups and downs and all of that sort of stuff.
A lot of downs though. He's a cheater.
We all make mistakes, so but a lot of that stuff is you relate it to life. So that's what I would want to do, is impact them, that they can use that for life skills, to keep going in life, to create what they want to create, because we all have the power to change. We all have the power to do what we want to do. It's just all about believing that you can actually go on and do it. And when you get the knockbacks, when you're a young person, if you don't have the right support system around you and the right mentality, and you're also feeding into the right, not necessarily energy, but you know, we all watching the news, you pick up on certain things, and that's what you then start to believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you then surround yourself with positive people, with positive information on a regular basis, you will then change and go a different path. And I think that a lot of these footballers, when they are about to exit the game, they're in a negative space and they've got negative stuff around them, so they find it hard to get out. Whereas if they had something that helps them progress and is more positive, then that's what I want to do, man.
Big up Don E, by the way. I just remember this. Don E, by the way.
Don E? What, Mask Don? Donny.
Don Dash.
Yeah, Donny. He used to play for,
Medi's real name is.
He wears the mask. He used to play for, Donny.
Okay, so it's him. And
wow, because he wears the mask, and people thought he wore the mask because he was trying to do the drill team. He wore the mask because he's a professional footballer, and did not want to influence that side.
There you go. So Ty's boy does the podcast and it's called the
Ball
of Talk. Have a look at it, man.
Hold Tight Machine Man Tim, who works with him.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say, you've educated me today, right?
Oh, right.
With what you were saying there about when we do podcasts, that sometimes what we're speaking about. So when we speak about football, right? I love to banter. However, actually, sometimes we're spitting some very true facts that actually youngers might take on board.
Yeah.
And I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've just thought I'm going on and I'm talking my view on football. But actually, sometimes there might be some stuff that a little younger could.
I do it to educate, naturally.
But I don't know. I don't, brother. I don't.
That's not a bad thing, though.
But there's things like, even when the one thing I will often talk about is mentality is a massive thing to me. The winning mentality, the wanting to go to win stuff, and that. And I guess I never think some younger guy's going to watch this and think, but it's true that
they do.
Someone can think, actually, maybe a football fan might watch this and think,
I'm going to make you laugh now. My nephew, I said he stayed around on the weekend. Big up Marcel, by the way. Very, very educational, very smart. This is Miles' twin.
The oldest?
No, the middle one.
Does the oldest still look like Neymar, by the way?
No, he looks like, what's his name? Digger D now. He looks like Digger D now. He looks like, I call him Young Digger. And he's like,
Neymar.
He's 12. He's 12. Right? And I'm like, Young Digger. And he's all got his cane row, his pat. And he's like, well gone. I'm like, you're 12. I'm like, I can't even talk to him like he's my nephew anymore. But the other nephew, who's a twin, big up Marcel. He's only 9, by the way, but he's very smart. Like, he's one of them ones, they do grades for like top maths people in the year. And like, he's 3rd. He's like, right, I'm going to stay in homework for 2 hours. I want to be number 1. And I'm like, raw. Like, it's
that mentality.
Yeah, his mentality is like, I want to be number 1. I want to be number 1. He came round. And they're 2 twins. Obviously, Kyle was the first one that stayed over.
Kyle Marcel.
Kyle and Marcel. So they separated them. So Kyle stayed over the weekend. But I was at the front door and I just waved at the nephews. He got out of the car, sprinted round. I love that energy. And you know when they're so excited to see you, come round, sprint into the front door, and he goes, I swear down, mother's life. He goes, you're on 857 subscribers now. And I was like, raw. And my missus with me, like, he's so on the ball though. And I'm like, raw. Like, when I do my shows, he comments straight away, like anything. This is a kid, but he comments. And I'm like, raw. He goes, I go to school and I always say to my friends, have you subscribed to Never a Foul? And then he goes, show me your phone then. Like, he's like, I always say to him, show me your phone then and let me check. And I'm like,
get the other 9 years old as well.
1600. And then he's like, I'm going to my school and like, I'm telling my friends all to subscribe. And I'm just like, do you know what? He's an Arsenal fan. But I say, Marcel, do you know what? I love your energy and passion. If I could introduce him to these guys here, they would love him. Yeah. But I said, in 10 years' time, I'm going to be in my mid-30s. He could be the 18-year-old that we then have on the channel because he's got the passion and energy and the drive. Do you get what I'm saying?
My daughter, right? So she actually started doing this.
These guys talking about mid-30s. I'm just like,
No, but they're going to be the generation.
My daughter started actually talking like she was podcasting before I started doing this.
They're so ahead of the game.
I can show you footage of her from last March where she's like, hi, welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe. So she always tells me that I'm only doing this because of her, right? The other day, she said to me, she said to me, she goes, because I was saying how, hold tight Laurie, right? So I was saying how Laurie's son, who's 10, was the first younger to come on the channel when Laurie was on the other week on a drop-in session, and his son came on and just spoke briefly.
It was his birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he spoke briefly about the Liverpool-Arsenal game. And she goes, so maybe I can come on there? And I said, do you know what? It would be my dream one day to do a podcast with you. And she goes, we can make that happen. And I'm like this. Wow. But I honestly, to me, when you asked him about what, like,
is a success, what would you class as a success to you?
In all honesty, if when I decide, and I watch some of the older guys, I love saying that, some of the older guys doing podcasts, and I think, do you know what? I hope I'm doing that because it does seem to be, it's something that you can keep doing, but to be able to say to your family or your daughter or your son, you go through now and you do it would be, for me, like that's with anything in life. If you read Eddie Hearn's book, then he's the whole thing is about taking over his dad's legacy. Like if one of your children can take over what you have left for them, whether it be a house, whether it be a job, whatever. That is what we all, or a name.
Well,
But I even think
that's the ultimate, right?
I honestly think that, I just sort of say for Semps, but I think that kids nowadays, they're so smart anyway that when we're a bit older, they're going to be teaching us stuff that we don't know, which actually benefit us and also benefit them. Because he was already telling me, he's like, when you get to a certain amount of subscribers, you get this sticker and you get this thing. And I was like, I don't know this stuff about YouTube. I'm learning now.
This is their world.
This is their world.
This is their thing. But for me, the impact thing, you know, it would always come back to my kids, because that's what I do everything for.
Yeah,
it's because I want to build a legacy and wealth for them, something to be the first to start, because I don't come from that. My family doesn't have that, so I want to be the first, so that the generations. But it's not just about money. It's about knowledge. And you know, my daughter sees me working. There's no way, you know, as I said, 4 a.m. my alarm's going off, I'm going to the gym. She knows that. I come home.
But there's a massive thing in that.
But if your alarm goes up at 4 a.m., do you wake up every time?
Yeah.
Every time.
I love the conviction in his face.
I'm not even
he looked at you like, don't you dare ask me that question.
I don't even need to debate that, because it was
he was so serious.
But the thing is, your first couple. But I know this from my missus. Like, even if my missus doesn't want to wake up at 5 in the morning, she's waking up at 5 in the morning. But she's been doing that for so long, like that. When my daughter turns around and says that she wants to be a teacher while also being a personal trainer and being a mummy,
she knows.
She's got that off her mum. Yeah, and sometimes my wife will be like, "Oh, I feel a bit, you know, that maybe I'm not about enough." I'm like, you are doing the job as a parent. Yeah. You're installing a work ethic in our daughter. That is like, that's what we need to do. Let's remember, our job as parents is not to be friends. Our job as parents is to be parents and to get them ready for when they go for life. Like, so everything she does is like, I see it. My daughter wants to be a carbon copy of her mum, so I'm like, I'm all for it. Yeah. That's why she's my wife.
Big up Callum in the comments, by the way. Says large up Semps, another class host. Big up Callum and does views from the sky.
Yeah, Callum's big, man.
Callum, he's my golden egg.
Callum,
he loves him.
Callum come on my podcast on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy.
He's got bars, isn't it?
Listen, I'll be 100. I put a tweet out early doors when we just started doing the Chelsea thing, and I put a tweet out saying we want content owners from other. Yeah. He hollered me, but we already was in talks with another Tottenham guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I remember this.
I watched one clip of Callum and go.
Yeah, he rang me straight away saying,
one clip of Callum, and Callum knows it. I tell him every day.
I didn't know who he was.
He's my golden egg.
Yeah,
we proper do big.
I fully remember Daps saying, get him the call.
Yeah, I can fully believe it, because I've had him on my show, and I fully am just like, and even to the point afterwards, there's other people like bigging him up, like, you're. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I have to rate you.
He's good people.
Yeah.
He's funny. Yeah. He's got one-liners. Yeah,
I even like his setup.
Like, and I
even like his setup with a little background.
White screen.
His setup's good. Everything. Coincidentally, Ty, tell him what he's doing.
Oh. Yeah, he's doing a sports journalism degree, so he's asking me.
Have you done one of them, bruv?
That's so. Do you know what? Like, we come from that same kettle of fish, man. But
no,
big up Callum a lot.
Hold to Ash.
All the guys, man. But he's gonna go far, and I'm so glad that we've got him on our platform. So Callum, if you leave, I'll be sending the Marshall pillow in the post over to you. Thank you.
So listen, it's getting on.
Yeah.
And we could keep going forever. You know what? When we built this cave, this was actually not
what you wanted it
to be. When you set it all up.
Last January, when I decided I need to make something of this, the whole vibe of this was that every Wednesday I used to have bedrooms over. Yeah. We used to just talk shit like this. While watching something.
Yeah.
And it was like, do you know what? We need to get some cameras in here. Just put it out. And it was not so much football. And this is the exact thing of this, is that it needs to, like, apart from when Supes starts trying to show you what all the cameras are doing, the whole idea of this is that you forget the cameras are there and you just talk whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's broadcasted. And sometimes some of the stuff we say might be a bit wrong, I have to try and hold myself back from saying things that I shouldn't. But it's very real, and it's just it flows so quick. So I hope you've enjoyed it.
No, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I hope you're going to come back. The
enjoyed it.
barbecue is going to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled, people.
the barbecue's going to be there.
yeah,
But just quickly, have you got any plans with views over the next 6 months?
I don't know about 6 months, but one thing I am gonna start getting back
question.
into now is I'm gonna start getting back into interviewing footballers again and going.
I
back
think
to,
that should be your.
Yeah, and going back to why I started it and what I was doing before, and I'll be honest, it was a little bit like a blessing and a curse because I interviewed Joe Gomez and it was like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, which is true, bruv.
And that's literally where it stopped because I was like, I hit a mental block in the sense that. And no disrespect to anybody that hasn't reached his level, but I was thinking, do I now interview somebody that I was interviewing before that's not at that level? Or
Can I just also, do you know Joe Gomez? No, okay, you don't. Okay.
Well done for getting
Yeah, so
that.
well done. Yeah.
There was a connection through my cousin.
Okay.
Through my cousin.
Doesn't matter, you still done
Yeah.
this.
I'll say your cousin still.
Yeah.
Do you know what you should do? Interview Joe Gomez. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Now
different injury
you-
coming back from
injury,
injury. It's a different
That
experience.
is the interview right now. I'm not even a Liverpool fan, but right now, after the season
Coming
we've
back.
had,
And Van Dijk
I kind
out.
of want to know where
Yeah.
Van Dijk and Gomez's heads are,
Yeah,
and it's almost to the point where we forgot about Joe Gomez and Van Dijk. So if
You'd be at the
could-
Euros, wouldn't you? You'd be
I
at the
know I'm
Euros.
professional on you.
Yeah.
You started
But
at
if
the
you
Euros.
could line that up,
No,
that's a great way to get back into the interview.
Ask him how long he could do a handstand for.
I'm so glad I didn't have Maggie's in my mouth right then, boy, because I'm the type of at work. I've done it so many times, and rice has gone flying across the
But
table.
no, I think that is
But no, that's
that
a
should
great
be where
one,
you
yeah.
go because there's so many football podcasts now. Let's be 100, right?
But mine,
Sunday evenings are just hell trying to get any guests because everyone's lined up for game week.
That's it. Anybody watch my ones, they will see that they're different, and that's what a lot of people that did watch the Joe said. This is different than what we see because I'm not asking you what's going on in the training room, in the dressing room. Give me some gossip, and it wasn't that.
No,
It was all
real
geared
life,
towards trying to help the younger generation. That's where my questions were geared toward. The same with all of the other footballers that I interviewed. So that's where I want to get to the point where I start getting back on that now. And then now, as I said, Patrick is starting to help out more and getting more involved. And we're starting to see, especially with the Instagram. And
I see you got new equipment today as well.
Yeah,
I see him. I see you,
I'm
Pat.
also going to send you away with something for Patrick. Do you live near Patrick?
Yeah, not close, but
Nah, it's cool. I'll get it now. Get it dropped off. I'll send it.
No, I can link him. And thing is, when we don't live too far away, so
We'll
yeah,
speak of
we live a lot closer than you anyway. Yeah, but that's where I wanna now just progress the channel a little bit more.
I think you should as well. I think firstly because it is definitely where your passion is.
Yeah, it is.
Secondly, it's more niche.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
thirdly, because it's the right thing to do. Like if we're being 100 as parents and as good people, which I think I know everyone in this room is, that is what we should be doing. So it's just if that is, I'm going to keep an eye on you now. And bring to eye. And listen, tell Joe Gomez if he wants to roll up to the barbecue, he's more than welcome.
Yeah. I love that. I need to get you on Trafford again very, very soon, actually.
Yeah, man. I'm always down, man. And you asked me where it would be a success. I think when I start to get emails and stuff from people saying, you know what, your podcast helped me, that's when I think that I would reach.
I got that with my two Ties talking. It was a couple every podcast. I said I used to screenshot and send it to Ty and say, I don't care. I am the happiest guy today. We've made a difference to one person's life, and that is massive.
I'm telling you, them little things. There was a guy that came on, and I'll say his name because I saw you lot say his name, and I was like, how did you lot connect? But Torch,
that Chelsea guy.
No, Torch is
Liverpool.
a guy that we met Northside.
Oh yeah, I know who you're about. Yeah. I know it is through
Southern
Instagram.
Scouser through, and he showed us about the advertising.
Yeah,
thing.
I know
Torch
exactly. Yeah, big
such good.
I know who he is now through Instagram.
Just a nice guy. Bro.
I met Torch through Instagram.
Same.
We built up a relationship, and he appeared on my podcast. My podcast was the first one he'd ever done.
Okay.
And since then, me and him, always talk. And then one day he just messaged me and he was like, Semps, like, I'm just telling you, real talk. You don't know how much I'm grateful for you. You're a real one. Because he was going through some stuff, and I just messaged him because that's me. Like, if somebody, I like to uplift people, so I just message him, real, like, and I'll just be like, you know what, bro, and he was just, and it's out of the blue, and he probably come from a place where he's not used to hitting him up on a random, like, sending him positivity and love. You know what I'm saying? And because I see something in him, in that.
Trust me, the guy, didn't know me from Adam. Within a couple of conversations, was like, listen, I can tell you're good people, so I'm going to show you something. He had no reason to do that. Like, the guy's just good people. Like,
I love that.
And this is the whole energy thing again. It's like, you know,
energy's like,
it's vital, bruv. Like, you can tell. And there's been a few that we're like there's one Tottenham guy that I was a bit like,
let's not say their names.
A lot of subscribers. Now I can't remember his name. But he had a lot of subscribers, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll come in your channel." But I was like, energy doesn't seem right. But he's got a lot of subscribers. Ran it by the Tottenham boys, and they're like, "Yeah, you know what? We spoke to him, but he did." I go, "He's out." I go, I wasn't 100% about his energy. I've mentioned his name to you, man, once, and you're saying the same thing. Done it. He's not on our wavelength. Like, the guy's not. And the whole thing, like, there should be. Like, the beauty of Torches, at the time when he helped us, we couldn't really help him. We didn't have much. Like, he just helped us. And that's the whole thing. There's nothing in it for him. And I'm glad you mentioned him. You know, all these people you meet through the thing. Like, there was another guy, the guy whose podcast I went on, the disabled guy. Who
that's touching, man.
Did a podcast with him, and
Have you been on that channel?
No, but you mentioned it on. I think you might have been when you talked to Bits and Bobs, because I remember.
And he basically doesn't go on the camera because people are taking the mickey out of him. I was vexed.
I get things
but
vexed.
I was also
that pissed me off so much.
Yeah,
I love that he still
I was
persevered doing podcasts.
so vexed. And he was
Exactly.
such a good host. Like, his questions, the way he led the interview. But my energy that day was low, very, very low. I don't know why, but before I'd come out here, I'd said to my missus, I don't know why, but I seem to
hit a little.
And I mentioned it just briefly. The next 3 days, every single day, he just messaged me to say, just making sure you're okay, because I haven't seen you're not very active. And I'm like, do you know what? This guy's such a good person, and little idiots online feel the need to go
bro.
For whatever reason. He's a good person. Doesn't matter. Like, he might not look or whatever the way you think. This guy's got a good soul, right? And the one thing I know in my daughter, when I have the parent days, is they can tell us how her reading's amazing, how this, how that, how that. The one thing that hit me is when they say she's kind, and I'm like, that's what we try and install in her. Kindness is everything, and I often feel that until you get to a certain age, you do not realise that. And then you hit a certain age, and then it's like, kindness is everything. And sometimes it gets taken for a weakness till you get to a certain age. Then everyone's like, do you know what? That guy was a good guy.
And that's, if my daughter was here, she would tell you. I tell her this all the time. Be a nice person.
Yeah.
If you're in school and there's somebody taking the mick out of somebody, don't be laughing with them because you want to be in the in crowd. You don't do that. Be a nice person. You do to others what you would like done to yourself. And I'm a big believer of that. And that's also the case where if somebody invites me on a podcast and I say yes, my word, I'm going on that podcast. I'm not going to fill you with some silly excuse of why I can't be on there and stuff like that, because I wouldn't like that done to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's 100%. You have to be a nice person. You have to be cool. You have to be good
in life. And this is not in the world of podcasts.
In
life. Manners come free. That's what my dad always taught me, man.
Exactly.
Always come free.
You know what I want to just shout out as well, just before we go, because I know we're wrapping up. But 12th Man Talks,
Oh, big up 12th Man. You followed me the other day.
I don't know.
Does them animation? Is that the animation video guy? Yeah.
I want to shout him out because he is another guy that I wish him ultimate success. And because he is such a genuine person. And people don't.
I've never seen what he looks like because he does all animations. I asked him to come on a podcast and he's like, soon. Soon. But
he knows his worth. That's why he's doing that.
No, it's
not that.
It's not that.
But I don't know him on a deeper level where Semps
was it 12th?
12 Man Talks is a and
like
I just want to just big him up because
big up, man.
He's helped me with certain things, man. And he didn't need to.
Nah, type in 12.
He didn't need to.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he just like.
There you go.
Like when he started following me back and all of this, I was like,
he's not going to follow me back. He's got two. I've followed him. He's not following me back.
No.
12 Man Talks. If you see this, but I'm following you. Yeah, you've got 2,500 and only following 125 people. 12 Man. I'm a nice guy, right? And Semps has told me you're a good guy.
No,
but
he's a top guy.
I'm wounded.
He can't follow back 2,500 people though, so it's
why
always
not?
difficult.
Why not?
But
why not? No,
I don't know. I don't know
much.
much about. Obviously, I see what he does. I've communicated with small that he followed me back in United.
I just wanted to show you.
Wicked.
His animations are cold
when
already.
we're talking about good people and energy and everything like that, and he is somebody, as I said. He hadn't need to do certain things that he's done for me.
Wicked.
And I've just met him through this. And I literally met him just being a fan of his work. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hail him up because I got a lot.
Yeah, big up 12 Man Talks, man. I have to say that myself as well.
Respect for him.
Yeah, man.
I love his animations look insane. His work rate must be mad to be doing these.
Is brilliant. And I'm thinking, I don't know why he ain't further ahead. Where
he will get there because the content and everything will take him.
Is that him?
I think that might be him animated. Yeah,
he's animated himself interviewing.
Maybe. Yeah, did he animate himself into him?
I can tell you now. Yeah,
he looks a little bit like the animation.
Listen,
yeah.
He's gone clear. I can tell you. I've just by briefly skimming what he's doing. He's going to go clear. But that's sensational work.
He's a talented guy, man.
Yeah,
he's a good guy as well. So
wicked.
Yeah, but I just wanted to just shout him.
No. And that's the whole thing. It's about bringing these. That work is sensational. I can't believe he's basically making like a virtual interview. Interviewing
with like animations of even the Mourinho and stuff like that. Can I just say, Semps, by the way, obviously me, Daps, Supes here, big up for coming up today.
Absolutely.
I think on Chew the Fat and even the podcast, this is our studio here. I haven't even been able to come here since December myself, but for you to drive up and you'll be the first one to come here from other podcasts. Hopefully we'll get more of you people on over the time.
Patrick in it.
But I just want to say personally, massive thank you. You're a very blessed guy. I'm very glad I've met you through this, man. So big up to yourself, man.
This is Chew the Fat with Ty.
I think you say my piece.
No,
my alarm set for 5:45, baby.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's also the connection that we've made.
Yeah, man.
Because me and you speak regularly.
Yeah, definitely.
We've never actually met. I've only been on your channel with Patrick where you were dissing me in the comments. So
I think I threw one comment.
One comment, but I don't forget.
So listen, little slide digs.
Ash, I remember it now.
Ash, I'm coming for you. Ash, I've seen the comments. Ash, I'm coming for you real soon. Oh, don't forget, elephants. Don't forget, he's pointing it out again. What's he pointing out? What's he showing, Supes?
Man, like that.
I love this setups.
No, this one.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. To be honest,
you're not getting any photo of my Twitter, actually.
But people, if you are watching, you've been watching for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for the hours. Because they matter more than the subscribers.
And make sure you're subscribing to views as well as us. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Official is very vital to say the official.
And subscribe. If you can see our channel, you can see his too.
You can. And also, you have been here tonight to see Manchester City get to the semi-final, and now we face PSG. But more importantly,
will they make the final?
Now PSG are going to win both legs.
You're trying to doing that reverse.
He loves it.
However, people, more importantly, forget that. Liverpool.
Oh yeah,
you're winning nothing this season. Nothing. Zilch. From Premier League champions to no trophies in one season. You man, go to the bin. Dead food.
Liverpool take another L. But it's been a brilliant.
The trophies are going back to Manchester. You lot go back to your own country and.
But actually, before you go, have you got anything coming up on Views TV this week for the people?
We've got
people know where they can find you.
We've got our regular show which will be coming out Sunday 9:30. I've not organised it yet, so I don't know what guests got going on. But yeah, we'll be there.
So what is it?
City play Chelsea, so if you're a City fan, just let man know.
When are you going to be recording?
8 till 9
Them
excuses you use,
No, we're cutting it up.
He's ready.
I'm good. I'm good. We're probably going to lose.
Where can
come true?
Well, he's serious about it. Where can the people find you as well, though? Like Instagram, Twitter. What is your account?
So Instagram, Twitter, Views TV Official, all one word, and then also on YouTube, Views TV. If you type in Views TV Official, it will come up.
Does.
And then my Instagram or my Twitter is @Semps, and on my Instagram is Semps_Semper, and that's me, man.
Wicked.
Me.
You know what the maddest thing is? We always say this, Supes. When we chew the fat, we barely get past the. You know, we don't really chew the fat. We just touch the surface because there's so much.
Yeah.
Time flies. I've been live myself.
But we're gonna have you back on
man.
soon. I think that the Never a Foul Views TV official link up is one of the ones that we like. When we come to the barbecue invites, it's very clear there's certain channels we definitely feel a certain way towards. And it's mad.
What barbecue? What do you mean?
26th of June.
I
I hope your marinade is on point as well, you know.
My marinade? What? Am I bringing some food?
Yeah, well, come on, but you have to.
Well, it depends if it depends what levels you're coming
That's
with.
calm. Yeah, no, trust me. My missus can cook good.
I love it. Pass it on. Man goes, I hope you're married. He goes, my missus.
You know why? You know I love that. You know why? They're the type of ratings I get that when someone admits it.
Yeah,
like
just
that's when I'm calm with that. People, if I want to go out on a day out, I have to get permission.
Missus is cooking the day out.
Man, tried.
No, that's don't try it. I've already told you.
I love it.
My missus does not control
She's
my
seasoning
household.
it up. She's putting it in the container for you to take.
The voice note confirmed everything.
No, it didn't.
The voice note confirmed everything.
No, it didn't.
I love that, bro.
But no, I am a pink slip person. I am like, guys, I don't miss a wave. Just give me some warning so I can get the slip in place. I'll get the slip, but give me some warning. Don't tell me 2 days before. Hold tight. How this guy's free for the barbecue, I do not know, because his other half had booked a weekend away.
Oh, my birthday, and she rearranged it for the week.
And I was like, that wouldn't happen with me.
I could big up my missus because she changed it for the week after.
She probably hates
and that was a grind. And I even said to her, Daps even said to me, his missus would change it. Exactly. So Daps' missus would change it, but I did.
I knew you.
I gave her that one free of charge.
I needed West Ham the same colour maroon. I needed brownie plates. I needed brownies. But no, honestly, I was like, I want to go, but obviously I want to have a weekend while missus away where it's just me and my missus, not me thinking that's like what's going on watching, because of course I care. I'll be logging, I'll be at the menu, I'll be
in the comments.
Having dinner.
In the comments.
What do you want? Can I have a steak, please? Just looking at Never Foul YouTube. No, but honestly, big up to my missus because not many people would do that, and it's going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to it, and then I could enjoy my release with my missus after celebrating. I've
even said if you want to set up a little corner over there to stream live, they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But no, it's gonna be brilliant, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's Euros quarterfinals.
You definitely have to come to the barbecue.
And can I just warn you? Actually? So it's the Euros quarterfinal. Bedford has the most Italians outside of London in the country. So when they win,
my wife's Italian, you know.
Is it? There you go. So when they win,
Claudio's gonna love
you. But when they win, all you hear is cars beeping
around
Bedford.
We could banter. We could just go to the embankment.
Yeah, we take to the embankment, and you would see they literally cover
Fiats and Alphas everywhere. And when England and Italy played, it was peak.
Do you remember when
they were all on the embankment?
Alpha
all the English,
yeah, there's a main river through the middle of Bedford.
Onto the river, just went through smashing up all the Alphas and the
but massive Italian community here.
Massive Italian.
Obviously, very much cultural, black stage and everything, but a big Italian community as well.
One in five. One in five people are Italian.
There you go. Statistician.
We also represent many other countries as well. People.
Yeah, Semps, can I just quickly ask, sorry, are you background
Here we
Caribbean or African background?
No, so my mum's born in Jamaica.
Okay, yeah.
My dad's.
I want a blood clot.
Joke.
That's better than what I would have said. So.
My dad's parents are from Montserrat. It's small.
Okay, I like that because I'm St. Kitts and Nevis, so I put that in the same sort of bracket. They're small.
Montserrat's not Caribbean, is it?
Yeah, of course it is.
No,
okay, I like the niche. Yeah,
Montserrat, them tiny.
And then my wife is half Italian, half Ghanaian.
Wow, wicked, man.
Yeah,
they call it Petit Montserrat, which is obviously small.
So the kids are quite. Our kids are
Yeah.
quite mixed.
They got a nice mix.
Lorenzo and Sophia, so they got Italian names.
Oh, okay. Can I, actually maybe not. I was gonna say, is that your choice or
no,
choice?
You know what? No, it wasn't my choice.
Okay,
But we didn't know when my daughter was born. We didn't really have names, but I like Sophia.
Nice.
Sophia's a
nice touch.
Her sister picked that name actually, and I liked it. I actually wanted to call Lorenzo Leonardo. But
being the man and being called Leon.
And it's an Italian name, and I do like it. Leonardo footballer.
Just because the titles have got Leonardo.
No, my name is Leon, and Italian name each other.
I know.
But my missus being Italian, she was like, no, everyone won't say it right. They'll call him Leonardo, and it's not that. It's Leonardo or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh my God, Caljo, mate.
So
Wait till
she
you
was
see
like,
this guy.
So she was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then Lorenzo came up, and I was like, no.
Lorenzo's a dope name still.
I'm full of Lorenzo. I like that name.
Yeah, man.
He sounds like a baller. He sounds like a baller.
Yeah. Lorenzo Semps.
He sounds like
the tricky left winger.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah. Moved to Ajax at like 16. You know them ones.
No. Dortmund.
Yeah, they're one of them ones, man.
Well, he's running like this.
Well, his uncle lives in Germany, so.
There you go.
So we're talking a Jamaican, Montserrat, Italian,
and Ghanaian.
Wow. From England, playing football in Germany.
Love it.
God.
And you know what? Germany, you have a lot of Ghanaians you deport to them. Yeah.
All right, name 15 then.
I can. What's it called?
Asamoah.
No, you can name two. The
Boatengs.
The Boatengs.
Yeah.
15, bro.
That was two.
Oh, right.
But
People,
listen,
can I make sure you like and subscribe, please?
Yes, man. Make sure.
I'd say.
So, firstly, shout out to Ty.
I went back to the gym. That really hurt. Bro, you know that ache.
You're gonna get them.
I don't know that ache, bro.
Yeah.
Massive shout out to Semps. Thank you for coming, brother.
Pleasure
And I know
coming,
even more so that you've stayed, and I know you've got like a run in like 4 hours
I've been
or
enjoying
something.
myself, man.
The barbecue, you're gonna get lit as well.
Yeah.
You've seen the premiering, so you can actually. You know what? Actually, people. Can I just say one thing? People, if you see the invite, and it says premiering 2 minutes away. No, our Semps, it's 2 minutes away.
It's 2 minutes.
If you're away,
2 minutes walking as well.
Yeah, walking
away.
So book that, and you're all good.
You'll talk £50.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that because driving up and drinking and
enjoy it. You know, it's in your head when you're at a vibe and you know you got to drive. It's this sort of weight on your shoulders. Whereas when you know you got there, you're like, I can have that extra drink because I'm walking.
I can't do London unless I'm staying down there.
Yeah,
even
it's
the train
same.
home's long for me.
Nah, man, you fall asleep on it.
I'll just put the premiere.
Big up Bits and Bobs in the comment, by the way. I can see that just in a small print.
I don't know if Bits and Bobs is going to come down from Edinburgh, but he's got.
It'll probably be quicker for him to catch a flight to Luton.
Yeah, probably.
Real talk.
But thank you for coming. I'm glad we did not talk Man United. I'm even more glad that we managed to qualify on a night where I'm surrounded by 3 Manchester United Red Ninjas tie. But it's true the fact we've definitely chewed more than the fact we've chewed all the way through the meat into the bone.
A lot of man. Yeah, we chewed a lot of Mampy thing still.
But it's true the fact Daps, Supes, and on Friday. We don't know who we've got yet. I'm trying to get Callum on, but he's not 100% yet. But,
Callum.
To the fact, make sure you like and subscribe. Never fail. Semps Views TV official. Where's the mouse? This is where it's all fine doing this, people.
Okay, yeah, there he is.
I definitely don't have it.
I've got it.
The most on-point technician to the other couple. Then he becomes so.
No, it was no. I had it. So,
Ty practices magic. Hold on, David Blaine.
Supes.
Sorry, guys, can we have the mouse, please?
Pass.
Are we still live?
Yeah, fully.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still full live.
No
It's
way.
fine, people.
Oh, ready? You ready to go lock off?
We're ready.
Let us know.
It's still live.
We're still live.
All right.
Supes, do you want to give me the mouse, mate, and I'll do what we're doing?
All right. So see you later, everyone. Take care.